Hi everybody, welcome to ZealZaddy. This is Elixia, our D&D 5e campaign. This episode tonight is called The Bourse, and it comes from our own product, which is kind of cool. So we have product on Drive-Thru RPG. We just released our 2022 annual, which is shockingly, we didn't know while we were creating all this stuff. We had made more than 450 pages of content, and not big type or anything like that. It's pretty small type. So we compiled them all into two books and two volumes and released them on Drive-Thru. They're about half the price of buying the individual pieces by themselves. So go check them out. Just look up ZealZaddy on Drive-Thru and you'll find it. You can follow us everywhere else at ZealZaddy also. It's all the socials. TikTok is Drive-Thru RPG, is ZealZaddy RPG. And I have made our first content for that, which I'm going to release later in the week. So I figured out what I'm going to do with it, and it's going to be cool. So let's get everybody in here. We have... All right. Are your mics all working? I don't see anything going up. Yes,
Hello?
they're working. Okay,
Hello?
cool. Yeah, they're working. All right. Normally, it scares me when I don't see the bar moving at all. Usually it's moving a little bit just by, tapping on a desk or something. All right, let's start. Let's start with Jazz. They weren't here last week, and let's get them in here right off the bat.
Adjust the camera.
We missed you.
Aw, I missed you guys too. I was asleep, so I didn't know to miss you, but when I woke up, I did. So, sorry. What up? My name's Jazz, also known as Scoria on Twitter. I had a very busy week last week. Wait, was that last week? Why does this week feel like it's been 3 years?
Time is really weird.
No, it was 2 weeks ago. Wait,
Time's a funny soup.
Time is a weird soup. Thank you very much.
Funny soup. Oh, yeah, it is a weird soup.
Yeah.
Either way, since last time.
Since last time. Well, I was going to mention all of the things that have happened, like all the stuff that I've been on. So I was on AceCon, an AceCon panel, the Black and Asexual panel that TTRP GIFs ran on his Twitch channel. I think it's... I don't know. They said that they were going to add it to YouTube, and I'm not entirely sure if that's happened yet, but you should keep an eye out for it because we were hilarious. I was also on Dragon Talk. That released, was that last week? I don't know. Time is weird. Really wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. But anyway, I'm on Dragon Talk now if you want to hear me talk about writing and my characters and being asexual, as I do quite often. Oh, also Happy Arrow Week. Then yeah, you could find me there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've been on. The Arcane Core release yesterday. It's actually, I think it's streaming now on YouTube. Sorry, I can't be there. I'm streaming something else. But the Aftermath episodes aren't currently streaming, so you can turn into other Cider Studios to see me as Mo in the aftermath of her possession. What possession? Well, you should watch the Arcane Core to find out. Shameless plug. Anyway, my pronouns are she, they. I play Jada, our Warforged sorcerer / fighter. Their pronouns are they, them. I have read the recap. Lots of stuff went down. Cool.
Yep. A little chaos. It was like a chaos moment last week.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we go to Morgan?
Always got to go to me. No.
I don't.
I mean, at some point you got to go to me, right?
I do, yeah. It's true.
What's up, travelers? As you know, I am Morgan. My pronouns are he, him. I am with My Flayed Mondays. It is a group of pro DMs that you can hire to run games for you, yourself, your friends, your family, whatever you need us for. You can reach us on our website, myflayedmondays.com. Besides that, we also have a podcast called My Flayed Mondays Podcast, where we run D&D and other great games. Right now, we just started a mini campaign for Masks. Just dropped issue 1 this week, so please go give it a check out. If you don't know, Mask is a Powered by the Apocalypse system. My brain farted there for a second. So if you like Powered by the Apocalypse, like Monster of the Week or any of those kind of games, Dungeon World, then you'll definitely like Masks. So check that out. I am also part of another podcast called Keep It Dicey. We just recorded our first episodes for that as well, which are not yet out to listen to. But they will be soon enough. So get ready. You'll get to see Blake on there with us as well, causing chaos. So, and I play Eizen. So please be kind. He has been through a lot this last week, watching Dwin get poisoned and all that good stuff. So, and I'm just really excited to be here with all you guys. Let's do this.
All right, Blake.
Hello everybody, I'm Blake. I play Hipley Amberwater. Support your local library if you have one. You're blessed enough to be able to use one, support it, and check out these people's stuff because they create awesome things. But yep, I play Hipley Amberwater.
All right, Natalie.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Natalie. I use she, they pronouns. This is my character, Desis, our Circle of Stars druid with a little bit of warlock in her. Find me most places. Ghost Candle on Instagram and Twitter, or Ghostly Candle on Twitch and YouTube. I am mainly an artist. That's my life. That's my freelance life. That's the professionalness. But you can catch me playing stuff in tabletop spaces as well as my own solo stuff on my own channels. So check it out. And if you want to check out more things by me, if you go to my Ko-Fi, that's ko-fi.com/ghostcandle. You can find well over 50 emote packs based and inspired by D&D tabletop games and creatures and all the stuffs, freebies, everything that's there, commission page, all the stuffs. So check it out.
All right, Tiffany.
Hi, my name is Tiffany. I play Cerridwen Sagewynd. She's the bard of the party, goes by Dwin, was poisoned last week, and is riding the high wave. And for what I do myself, I run my own campaign called Dungeon Damsels. And so if you're into campaigns that have an all-female player cast, then you can come join us. And if you like long campaigns, you can come join us. And if you like NPC-centric relationship sort of things, then you should come join us. And I love playing with these wonderful players. We have a great dynamic. And I have not been creating a lot because I had to get a dog to Hawaii, which is incredibly complicated. So that's been my life.
Did it?
Well, take it away, Scott.
Did it get done?
Yes, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I drove to San Francisco and I put that dog on a plane.
Was there somebody there on the other side, or were they just going to release it into the streets?
I'm just gonna release Pancake into the streets. No, Pancake is going into the animal quarantine because they're really, really super strict on keeping rabies off the island. So we sent Pancake, the cattle dog, to her owner.
Yeah, kennel cough. They'll probably get, but that's no big deal. Little meds and that's over. Kennel cough, no big deal. But all the dogs going to kennels tend to come out with a cough.
Oh.
It's like humans getting colds. You put a bunch of humans together, somebody's getting a cold.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
It's interesting.
All right.
I mean, that makes sense.
Anybody want to do a recap? I mean, you could just read it.
Yeah, I wrote such a beautiful recap.
Yeah, Natalie, go ahead and read it. Or I can read it. If anyone...
Round robin?
Sure.
Everybody read his part?
Okay. The party awaits aboard the carousel for instructions on meeting with the Council of Dusk. Minerva, a member of the Dusk Gang, is spotted at the dock, which Hipley and Dwin go greet. We are told to follow her as the council wishes to meet now. Eisen instructs the party to split the party. Hipley and Dwin with Minerva and with Eisen, Crow, and Desis and Jada follow behind. So we split the party. After traversing the streets, the party finds themselves in an underground part of the city before dropping even lower into the sewers. From there, Minerva opens a secret door that leads through a short corridor to a vacant room. There's tables, chairs, and 3 figures to be introduced. A large individual named Kesek, an elf named Velt, and a relatively small human named Corman. Next, Robin. I guess Morgan.
They ask about the Eye of the Blinding God's whereabouts. Eizen says he doesn't have it, while we also ask, isn't it the Eye of the Blinding God? The council shared the ancient written name, saying that they've heard it both ways. Dwin deduces that the script had a double meaning, blinding and blinded. We're told only a bit more about the Eye, how from writings it seems to act during Thrine eclipse, an event Desus recognizes as something that hasn't happened in 777 years. When the 2 moons cross, an event that starts tonight, it, the gem, will transform and cause all that know about it to forget its existence. Next. Natalie.
Okay. We discussed the potential options for capturing the warlock, Zelly, who is a powerful caster that is part of Nethangu's group that wants the Eye and Eizen. After considering inventory, the Sphinx's staff was decided upon as Zelly's a seeker of knowledge and magics. Hipley will be the seller, and Dwen posing as potential rival buyer. As plans get settled and roles decided, the party leaves to return to the ship. This time, the party splitting with Eizen and Dwen as one group, and Hipley and Desus and Jada as the other. Eizen and Dwen make it back to the ship quickly. However, Hipley takes a more expeditious route against Jada's correction and Desus's overhead cawing. The wandering-bound trio notes a rather odd hill that passerbys avoid. Desus sees old corpses and a circular metal cover of sorts, while Hipley asks a man about it. "Nobody goes to the till," the man says as he hurries off into the nearby building, Durgan's Brewhouse. Jazz!
Yay! While the trio start to return to the ship, Eizen becomes increasingly anxious. He notes people are watching them and asks Dwyn if she could step out and see if they'll follow her. Dwyn, in need of new notebooks anyway, goes out, still disguised. One of the watchers does disappear to follow, in which Dwyn feels a cut on her arm. An intense dizziness comes over her as she ducks into an alley and turns invisible to evade the assailant. She teleports back as close as she can to the ship before its wild surge effects her spells. A column bursts from the ground underneath her, and as she tries again, her boots get stuck to the street. So she crawls back into the ship, chaos in her wake, and seeks aid to see what is affecting her. The trio make it back, Hipley commenting on the random calling it art, as a distraught man complains about his windows now blocked and his warehouse doors ruined. Desus calls out danger, making the fellow scared and run inside. This just feels like a really long section to make Blake read all by himself.
Eizen berates the group for not returning sooner, and that the till is cursed, relating to an old necromancer, and that Dwyn seems to have gotten poisoned. We learned it was some sort of sleeping poison made from lotus, signature Makey used for kidnapping targets. Dwyn, in her state of high, tries to write a note to the party for them to write down the info about the Eye of the blinding god, and puts the gem under a pillow with it. Unfortunately, as Desus checks on her, the note is indecipherable, and no one noticed the gem. Hipley brought back Dwyn's boots, all cleaned up. As the rest of the party checks in, a blinding flash comes from under Dwyn's pillow. There's a rather large pearl. Where did that come from? Eizen shares frustration with Hipley about not understanding why he has a massive bounty and is endangering the group, while Hipley tries to tell him we were already in danger anyway. Eizen doesn't remember taking anything from the vault. The party has no memory of the gem connected to a god. The eclipse is pretty.
There you go. Perfect recap. And you are all on the ship, and the blinding flash hit. You're looking outside, seeing the... Actually, I think Hipley's on the deck.
Yeah, Hipley and Eizen were outside.
And Eizen were outside, right? The other 3 were inside. And you have in your possession now another big pearl. And Cerridwen is still suffering the effects of the lotus poisoning.
Am I out still?
I think they woke you up some. You're just sort of groggy.
Yeah.
We would wake you up
Out
to
of
make
it.
sure you had water, basically.
Okay, I think we were talking about how we have a pearl, but we don't know where it came from.
Correct.
That's-
And it's a big
yeah.
pearl. Like the size of a golf ball. Like a natural pearl, like in shape, not a round one.
So she'll hold it up. I got nothing. I don't know what this came from.
It was under your pillow.
She looks at it again. She's just like kind of rolling it in her hand. Like, why would I get this?
I mean, you apparently have a note there. I can understand what you were trying to say.
And I like fish under the pillow when I look at it.
And your note looks like just scribbles and sort of fade off to
Like,
nothing.
Turn it around, hold it up to the light.
Nothing at all.
Well, maybe I wrote something in my books. I like start opening my notebooks and like going through them.
Interestingly, you do find that you did write a little something.
Yeah. Let's see. Get the exact words. Well, I have a hasty scroll here that's dated today. The eye of the blinded god makes us forget it. Nios wants it. Everyone wants it. We have it. Is this it? She looks at it. Guess it could be an eye.
Okay.
Trying to understand this.
So
Huh.
we may or may not have some sort of artifact that Nios wants, and this may or may not be it.
Oh. Okay, well, I guess if we don't know if it is or it is not, we keep it?
Oh, I guess we'll hang on to it. I'll use the old detective magic. When I look at it,
Are you able to cast it while you're on the ship and while you're drugged out? Can you make me a d20 roll, please?
oh yeah, I would totally make a wonderful decision while drugged. This is gonna be amazing. Okay.
If your shoes get stuck to the boat again,
After all that hard work Hipley put in.
Yeah.
19! Hey!
Yeah!
you explode.
So
The gem explodes.
your spell
Right.
goes off, but on the wrong target, and now you're detecting magic on Desus. And there are some magical things on Desus. I don't remember what they all are. She could probably tell you what they are.
Yeah, like my staff, as we all had our weapons. I have those ropes from when we were in the desert, those shaman ropes, and a ring that we got from the hag that I always forget about and never use,
Wow.
but I have it equipped.
Oh, that didn't work out.
Oh,
Yeah, I only see what you're wearing as the magic, like your ropes and the ring you never use and the stick.
Oh.
But this, no idea. I'll try again tomorrow.
that must be something,
Maybe
because
not on the ship.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
maybe
say
not on the ship.
somewhere away from the ship.
And the chef comes in with a thing of water. Oh, she's up already.
yeah, she seems to be doing better.
You
Wave.
okay?
I am a bit groggy.
Noggin?
Yeah, Robin, but probably could have been worse without the water.
You need more water.
Yes,
You're going to hate the water soon, but it's for your own good.
I trust your judgment.
And he comes over and he doesn't hand it to you. He helps you with it because you're still a little weak from the effects.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we'll break it down. And
Boop, boop, boop.
yeah,
I wonder if you would be a loud drinker like that. That'd be funny.
Well, I mean, if she's like drugged and like probably she probably doesn't have a lot of decorum right now.
Right.
Well, I probably need to sleep this off. Do we want to stay here? Or are we going somewhere else?
Well, we know that if there's any casters from that gang, they would have a hard time on the ship.
That's true. No. We'd also put the crew in danger, though. But I suppose we'd put people in danger wherever we go.
Yeah,
Maybe we should all just sleep on the deck so that if they come for us, then other people aren't in the way? At least some of us on the deck.
well, I know Hipley will be on the
will
deck.
Yeah,
I know Hipley will keep an eye out.
Eizen's up there too.
I would feel better if we were not separated if we were to be attacked.
Yeah, they might be more apprehensive coming at us for a group.
So does that mean together on the boat or together in the same room?
In the same room.
Okay, I was just clarifying.
Well, that's if we can get Hipley into a room.
Well, I was gonna say we could just take the deck of the ship,
Yeah.
No.
unless you are uncomfortable.
No, I'm fine going on the deck. I'll just be out. Just bring a pillow. Okay, I guess we're going on the deck.
Go up to the deck.
She like stuffs some pillows under her arms. And the two of you help her up, I imagine.
Yep.
And it seems like you're gonna actually get some time to rest. How weird.
I don't like the way he said that.
That's just funny. You never get rest time, it seems. And there is no forthcoming attack on the ship. So you find yourself with all this time, and as it passes, Cerridwen starts to become feeling a little better. Eizen and Hipley are get the rare pleasure of everybody being on their deck. And rest time passes. It was already going into the evening anyway. You had the eclipse. Although the eclipse did bring out a lot of people in the city to kind of see it. You know, a lot of commotion, and a lot of people are around the column that appeared in the street, and, you know, some thinking, you know, some enjoying that, some worried about it, what have you. Wasn't an omen of the eclipse or something.
Yeah, I'm curious if there's any rumors about the crows screaming danger connected to the column, and like how the citizens are taking that.
Maybe, but you're way over here on the ship.
We'll check in the morning. We'll get some. We'll get some ears to the streets.
All right, and it's morning, and you were supposed to be met in the morning by Minerva to set up your meeting with whomever they found as the seller of the product. And early in the morning, Minerva is at the bottom of the ship, right off the gangway. I'm trying to remember the word.
She says she's there or she's not there?
She's there.
Well,
She waits off the ship.
Hipley, I think Minerva's here. Talk to you about the seller, or who you can try to sell your staff through.
Are you asking me to go speak with her? Is that, or you're just telling me?
I can't be seen.
I just want to go talk to her. I just walk. After I ask him, I just walk and go talk.
Well, welcome, Wendell.
Yes, welcome. Fantastic morning. You have a good eclipse. Did you do anything fun?
I would say it was an odd night. A lot of people in the city were loud, and there were parties going on, thinking it was, everything from the end of the world to the gods welcoming us to the city. Who knows? People get weird when weird things happen.
So you didn't have fun. Okay.
We did make contact with someone to be your seller that you would work for. If you and your group wish, we could go and make acquaintances. You said you needed to meet him, right?
I feel I don't need to, but I think I'll let the group decide though. So yeah, yo, everyone, come down. Minerva's waiting for us. Come on. So I just yell up the deck.
I'm not going down there, and if Dwyn plans to be the seller in her normal form, I would suggest you not going down either, just so they don't connect you to him if they are watching us. The whole point is to set yourself up as a potential rival buyer. So, but if you're going to go, I would change your appearance.
Sits up. Well, I only got one of those a day, and I don't want to pass it on the ship.
Yeah.
So,
You guys just tell you're not going. I mean, if you guys need to.
I mean,
you can
Jada's
just tell.
already walking down there.
And Desus will join.
Okay, I guess we're laying low up here.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Lies down her pillow.
so it'll be the three of you then.
Yes, for now.
You walk through the market, and you get to the Bourse, which is the area where they make deals and trades. And you go through the Bourse, which is starting to get busy. They're starting to now put out the more expensive wares, and people are starting to talk from the caravans. And you go out into the caravanserai, and that's where all these long rows of camels and horses and tents are set up. And near the end of it, you go out to this tent, kind of an ornate blue and white tent, really large, tassels all the way wrapped around, and there are two guards there. You say, Minerva, you and your friends are welcome. And they pull back the curtains, and inside there are about 8 or 10 people. There's a person sitting in the middle of a table, there's a table in the middle, and looking over documents and materials. There are crates and boxes off to the sides. My friend Minerva. I assume these are the friends that you spoke to me of in the eve. They are. And he says, please clear the room and make sure nobody is near the tent. And they clear the room. The guards sweep the outside of the tent. You can see the shadows of them as they go around to make sure nobody's near it. And then they sort of step out from the tent and leave it safe. I am Ibn Rasood. I'm the antiquarian of Kor. It is a pleasure to meet the three of you. And he bows.
Oh, the pleasure is all ours to meet you, good sir. And I bow back, just like him, but just kind of the same kind of style.
So, of whom am I making an acquaintance?
Oh, it's Wendell and, oh my god, what is it? It's not Thesis, it's something with like Hold on a second. Kevin. I remember the in part. So yeah, that's Kevin, and that is Jada.
It is a pleasure to meet all of you. I assume you will be part of the guard of the product.
Guard / entourage, actually.
Yes, they'll mix into the entourage I'll already have, make it a little bit larger, and give it some safety. May I see the wares?
Toss it to him. Just toss it. I just take it out and toss it to him.
He takes it in his hand. Can you make me an insight check, please? Hipley?
What am I? Yeah. You can steal, and it's okay. Anytime we can have a library. That is a 20-1 for insight.
He is at least very impressed. He may not know what it is exactly, but he knows it is the real deal of something. And even though he's trying to hide that, there's a little bit of undercurrent of, oh wow, this is really cool. That he can't quite keep from you. Where did you come across such a beautiful item?
Oh, it came across us, so one isn't find beautiful items. I think beautiful items really find them. Is how you get the item, so it came across us.
This looks like it is from far to the east. Perhaps Qatar?
Farther than you can even imagine. To places that you can't even...
Syrian, perhaps? Zikorian?
It doesn't even have a name. Where we got it from actually doesn't even have it's not even labeled on a map. It's just like an area. Yeah, it was... I don't know if we really made it back. I don't know if this is real or if we're just still somewhere else, but... Yeah.
It is a beautiful piece. We should prepare a crate of appropriate respect. And he goes over to a crate that has some other nice things, glassware and things like that, which really nice glass is really expensive. And he moves those to another crate, and inside it there is something like a soft hay, and he puts it in there. It fits. I think this will do. What do you think, Wendell?
I mean, just hay for something like, okay, if that's all that you have, okay, I guess.
Should I seal it in, or do you wish to come back with it later?
You can seal it in, but just make sure you be very, very careful with it, though, okay?
He puts the lid on it, takes a couple spikes, which are cool, and a hammer, and hammers it in all four corners, 2 in the center of the sides. Do you plan on staying with me while we wait through the day, or will you be returning?
It looks at the group. I didn't plan on staying. We would say. Let me talk my entourage really quickly. So group huddle. So I didn't really plan on staying. What did you guys want to do? I was gonna walk the town.
Advise against leaving it alone with people we don't know.
Yeah, they could just go off with it.
I guess. Okay. Excuse me, can I have the one back? My entourage does not think it'd be wise counsel just to leave it here. And so I will take it back. I'm sorry. I know you just nailed that box shut, and I'm so sorry.
He pries it back apart. He looks to... what was her name? To Minerva. And he says, I have heard that Khalil Azmi is interested in wares from the east. He is potentially a rival purchaser also. We should keep an eye on that. Jada and Hipley, can you both make me... Okay, Jada, make me a... Actually, you don't need to make a roll. You'll know. Hipley, can you make me...
I would like to!
Okay, make me a... It would be a history roll.
Okay.
And Hipley, make me a history roll.
And Jada, it's one. It's your DC's 1 because you just know certain DC.
I am proficient, or I actually have expertise in
17.
history. I feel like I should be able to.
Nat 1. Watching a nat 1.
No, it's not a nat 1. It is also a 17. You got a 17,
Okay.
right?
Well, I get 17, yeah, but that's total for me. Is that okay? Yeah.
That's high for me.
So you've both heard that name before, Khalil Osmi, or at least Osmi. Jada, you know the name as being a wealthy family during your early days, before the prince had been taken. Just a name. I mean, it's a family name, Osmi. You don't know the name Khalil, but you know Osmi as a family name. And Hipley, you have heard the name from a book. You can't recall the book, but you know that the name had something to do with. There's some history to the name. Not exactly sure what book, but you know that you had read something about the Osmi family in a book of history.
The Osmi is interested in this. Oh, well, that makes it a little more interesting. Well, you should help our cause, anyways.
You know Khalil Osmi?
I don't know him, but I mean, no. We're not seeing each other, but not like nothing that will interfere with what we plan on doing, so it's fine.
A very skilled negotiator and very knowledgeable of artifacts, from ancient places. So that could be a bit of a problem. We could end up in a three-way bid for this.
Yes. Minerva, does sorry, it's Ibn Razu?
Ibn Rasood.
Ibn Rasu? Does he know the whole plan?
No.
Of why we're doing this? No?
Minerva says no. He knows enough to know that we wish to make sure this, looks like a proper sale happening, or an auctioning among a private buyer. Is there something I should know about this that I am not aware of at the moment? Don't worry about it. We've helped you out. This is getting payback for things we've done for you. And he looks a little more nervous than he did a moment ago.
Oh, Fred, there's nothing to be nervous about. It's come on now. No need for any of that. It's everything is fine. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, am I right? Come on now. What could possibly go wrong with this?
That didn't really make him feel particularly good. What could possibly go wrong is never something you want to actually hear.
It's just a very gentle curse.
Well, it can't be any worse.
How much
That is also a curse.
We'll have to set a number
worse.
on this, Master Wendell. This needs a respectable number to be attached.
Ooh, well, I mean...
Did you pay for it, or did you acquire it through other means?
Oh, what do you mean by other means? No, we didn't pay for it either. Like I said, it found us because we're the rightful owners of it. So, no, I did not have to partake in stealing it or pilfering it, if that's what you're...
I was thinking more like an heirloom of your family or something.
No. Like I said, it came to us, but we do need a price, and I look to my entourage. Yo, so how much? I mean, if we did sell this, how much would we want to get gold wise? If it did happen to sell, how much would we be okay with losing it for?
I think you should not ask Jada, who has not carried money on their person
Yeah.
ever in their 1,000 years.
They're the perfect one to not answer that question.
I'm asking both of you. You guys came, so come on now. How much?
It's gotta be
$1.
no.
What could it cost? $10?
$100.
It's gotta be a few thousand coin, right? I guess.
Gold,
okay.
or we're talking about silver? What do you mean 1,000?
Well, probably gold. Think about it. It's a magical item related to a powerful entity. Summons a library of all worldly knowledge. It's gotta be hefty pricing, right?
Pardon me, it does what?
I think we're whispering.
Yeah, we're home. We're home.
Oh,
You
okay.
can hear us.
Oh, okay, you're a little further away.
We're talking exactly like a little bubble.
You see him putting it on a scale and weighing it.
Perhaps.
It's lost some weight, by the way. Okay, like it's
How did
it's a
the
little
staff
heavy.
lose weight?
It's magic. But so I guess 1,000 gold probably. Then I mean, I'd be happy with that. I mean, buy a lot of stuff with it, I guess.
Well, probably you got to make it like real rich because you got to show that you're like a serious seller, right? To like this is a super rare item and only the best buyer who is worth the cost could potentially even touch this item from Wendell.
Ooh. So like 5,000 gold.
At least.
At least starting. Okay.
Starting bid.
You know what? No. You know what? 9,000 gold, because I think 9,000 gold just really encapsulates just, yes.
The seriousness of it.
You in agreement, Jada?
I don't have a ballpark to baseball no cannon.
Yes. What is this?
Baseball toys.
Is that something from like the ancient history? Is that a...
Yes, it is a game we used to play in Zakor.
Oh.
It's an idiom. It means in the area of I don't have constraints to tell what would be an appropriate price to ask for. You could ask him, describe perhaps.
I mean, what's
some
the
of
price
that it does, and then
what's the price of a house? Because it's at least got to be the price of a house, right?
yeah, literally yes.
Ooh. What's the
He's looking at it
market
with
like?
with some kind of a glass on a glass piece of glass on a end of a stick of a stem. Looking at it.
And fine glass.
So I was thinking of maybe. I mean, this is kind of lowballing it, but maybe 9,000 gold. I mean, I know that's a little low for such a rare, one-of-a-kind item, but...
Well, it's not like you're actually selling it.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
No.
9,000.
No.
It's a really good resource, though.
It is the only weapon you have.
I think that's a terrible weapon then, so...
Well, somebody didn't want to get a knife or a sword.
And my bones remember.
You know what? It's... Actually, you're right. I actually give it... You know what? For now on, it's yours, so whatever you want to do with it...
What?
The library is yours. I'm not even kidding.
What?
I would like to make an insight check.
You can. It's a disadvantage, but you can.
Why is it a disadvantage?
Because when I turned 10, I got this thing which I forgot about, where anything, inscrutable mind, anything that you mean if I can read. So anything to read your thoughts and any wisdom insight checks made to ascertain your intentions or sincerity have disadvantage.
Wow, that's messed up, man. Just force that on me, your best friend. All right.
It's just
not
natural. I
everybody.
can't control. It's the Sphinx. Blame the
Ooh,
cat.
I rolled really good. 20.
And you realize that he's telling the truth. Hipley, you know Hipley lies, Jada, because you've talked to Hipley a lot, so you can tell when he's fibbing. But in this moment, you know that he's telling the truth. Desus, the library is yours. I relinquish control of it to you.
Is the Sphinx going to be happy about that?
Who cares? He doesn't say anything, so I don't know. We don't talk, so he could be pissed. I wouldn't have a clue. That's his fault.
Not the Sphinx daddy issues.
There are runes on this, you know.
Oh, of course.
What?
Do I know? Of course you know. Look at them like, whoa. Of course. I mean, I told you it's a very one-of-a-kind item.
I believe you. This could be
Yeah,
worth
so
quite a bit. So I think we should start very high and see if they balk or if they bite.
Yes. What is your insight in the kind of number you are thinking?
I mean, it is a unique item, So it's hard to put an actual place on it. The gold weight is high. It is definitely hefty as far as the content. I would say somewhere between 25 and 50,000 gold pieces would be appropriate for an item like this.
Yeah, that's low, but that's okay. I mean, I get they don't want to make them scare them, so I think it's a wise decision. I mean, yeah,
Khalil will know the value if he has time to look it over. I don't know if Zelly would have that knowledge.
I mean, if she really was about her stuff, she should know, but I guess we'll see.
She'll know it has value. I'm not sure she's come across something of this kind of worth. There's value here, like you said, beyond the gold weight. It is not just the weight of the material. This is a historical artifact.
Yes, it's legend has it. It's one thing that's on this planet that's worth dying for. So they'll just say about it. It's what some of the runes actually mean if you read them in a certain particular way.
Minerva is. Do I need to be worried about something?
Oh no, it's a legend of the item itself. So you're not going to be keeping the item. So you're not doomed. The only ones that are.
I don't wish to
are
die
us.
for your item.
No, yeah,
Don't
you
worry,
trust
it's not
us
like
both.
that. We're just trying to make a deal. Swing a deal.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll swing the deal then. I have someone bringing appropriate apparel for you, so you look like you're part of the entourage. Wendell, you'll have appropriate attire to be my first hand. The other two, you'll be part of the normal entourage, not quite as fancy.
Are you requesting that I change into other clothes?
Well, I thought you wished to blend into the entourage, into my entourage.
Do I look like I blend in anywhere?
There is a case to be made that you don't.
Well, that's because they are from the land that this item is from. So what better have a true experts of the knowledge in them? So of course they're going to be different because they're not from around here. So
Well, if that's the case, then perhaps that could work.
Jada, you're the expert.
I'm really not.
just believe in yourself. She's the experts right there.
Okay.
All right, so we'll, if you don't mind, I'll take the
Hands it back to you.
hand it to Desus.
I put it away.
All right, so are we going to? Do we need to wait here to get dressed, or are you going to bring the clothing?
Yeah, I guess we need to know when is this
yeah.
going down? When do we have to come back? When do we?
He steps out for a moment and he gestures to somebody. They bring in a bag that, a cloth bag, and it says there are clothes in here. One is for the right hand, and the other two are for entourage wear for the caravanserai. I will start reaching out to potential buyers and see if we can hook the buyer you want. See if Zelly is in the market, as it were.
Well, she's more. She will be. And thank you again. Thank you so much for your help. Greatly appreciated.
It's very nice to meet the three of you. Wendell, Kevin, and Jada. I'm sorry if I accented that. Kevin, I believe. Kevin. Try and get
That was
that better.
close. Please.
It's an affliction that easier to come by if you know infernal tiefling speech. So,
and he has his entourage come back, and we'll see you later in the day. Then, let's see what I can find.
Good luck. Thank you.
And you head out. Minerva goes with you. Well, that went well. I'm a little surprised how much that's worth. Wow. Nice work there, Wendell.
Surprise! Come on, you've seen that. You've seen the item, but it's no thanks. It's all thanks to them. These are the true geniuses right here. So I'm just a figurehead. That's all.
I don't buy that, but I'll get you back to the ship then. Let's get there quickly. I don't want you to be waylaid in the market or the Bourse.
How did they know our sizes were closed? But as we walk,
The clothes are just like the kind of stuff that just drapes most of it.
Oh, okay.
One size fits most.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
Fancy moo.
It's all moo-moos.
moo-moo.
Fancy and two
Yes.
unfancy moo-moos.
Yo, I'd rock that. Yo, don't
And
even.
belts. Back at the ship, Cerridwen, you start to feel better now. Like it's wearing off. You're getting your senses back to you, and the headache is not completely gone, but you know it's fading, and it'll be gone soon enough. And
I think
Eizen's
I was
with
gonna
you.
say Eizen would be sitting there watching and make sure you have water and everything like that. with
Yeah, the
others
chef
gone.
brings it to you all the time. Just
Yeah.
make sure she drinks it. And after a while, you're sick of it. The water is just awful.
Ugh, I have to drink more. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Kind of just slowly like nursing a cup of water, and she's just forcing it down. Probably had to go to the privy like 50 times.
Yeah, at least once for every time that the water comes in. And what are you doing while they're gone?
How you
Just
feeling?
relaxing?
Pretty much, yeah. We're just relaxing. She's just sitting on the deck.
I think, yeah, I would be
Like I-
observing while hanging out with her too. Just keep an eye. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you.
It's just like, oh, like I partied way too hard, but it's getting better. I haven't
I'm
felt
sorry.
this bad since my 90s.
Sorry I put you in that situation. I didn't realize that they would be that bold as to try to poison you.
Oh, hey, I mean, I chose to go, so you're not all to blame.
Yeah, but I should have known better from this place.
Mm.
I just didn't
You
realize
can-
it was that serious.
Well, I'm not upset, so don't feel like you gotta tiptoe around me.
I was discussing it last night with Hipley. I can't figure out why there'd be such a high bounty on me. 50,000 gold pieces for a low-ranking guild member. I don't even remember what was in the vault. But I mean, that's.
Hey, let me see how smart I am right now.
I mean,
You remember just a little bag, a little sack. That was it.
yeah.
Nothing else.
It's
Which is weird. You
bad.
have a pretty good memory for things.
Yeah, especially things that we've taken. Like, usually keep track of that pretty well. It was a bag, and it just the rest of it.
You know, what's weird is you went there with 3 other people to break into the vault. It wasn't just you.
Yeah, it was a big job. Whole crew went.
Oh. Do you remember where the vault was? Like, who has the vault? Whose vault is it?
You do. It was in.
Yes, it was. Give
Put
me
it
a
in chat.
Oh, let me go look at chat. Wait, which chat? Oh, I was looking at the wrong chat. Is that Khalil?
Khalil Osmi's home.
Yeah.
It's a wealthy
Osmi.
merchant.
A wealthy merchant.
Do you think he has enough clout to, merit a 50,000 gold bounty on you?
I don't think it's his bounty though. I think it's the people that took over the guild that want me.
Okay, so he stole a thing that they want. Maybe they think you still have it. And so they put a big prize on your head so people bring you in.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you can get people to go after somebody for a lot less than that. It doesn't take much in this town to get people to come after you. 100 gold would have been enough to
you've
get
never
half
heard
the
anybody have any kind of a bounty like that ever.
Yeah,
Nothing
I
anywhere
mean,
near that.
Like I said, most of the people here, you could say, 100 gold, and they'll slit your throat while you're sleeping. So the idea that high just seems a little intense.
Do we remember learning about the mind control dude?
Yeah.
Remember? Okay, so we remember learning, and we remember that he wants a thing.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm trying to find his name in my notes. Nathal Ghul.
Nethel Ghoul.
Nathal Ghul. Well, maybe Nathal Ghul wants you, and I mean, if he's a lackey of Nios, that makes sense. He obviously has resources.
Yeah.
And then she pulls up her notebook and reads the note aloud to him, where she just says, "The eye of the blinded god makes us forget it. Nios wants it. Everyone wants it. We have it."
What are you talking about?
I wrote this note, and I don't remember writing it, but apparently I wrote it. And apparently, we may or may not have something that Nios wants. And then she pulls out the pearl and is holding it really close to her. And this may or may not be it. And then she puts it away in her pocket dimension again.
Is that what I stole?
Maybe? I mean, I don't remember this thing. I don't remember getting it. This note says I forgot a thing. So deduction says that maybe this, high chance that this is it. And everyone wants this thing. So if everyone wants it, and it coincides with you having a big bounty that's astronomical and unheard of, maybe it's all connected.
I don't know if I'm more concerned or feeling a little bit more relieved to at least understand, but I don't really understand. It just...
I mean, I don't pretend to understand the motivations of evildoers or whatever doers, but I mean,
sorry.
We can. Do they ever give reasons for why bounties are on your head? Do you have a wanted poster? Usually it says wanted for arson.
Not here. It's shared amongst those who would know.
Okay, so word about.
But it is for him alive, not dead.
The usually around here, it's more word of mouth, and they share, but it's not by the law. It's more cutthroat alleys, assassins, getting messages. I'm honestly surprised that I have already been attacked since we've been here. I mean, that much money.
And you see the rest of the group getting to the ship.
Well, the others are coming.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Minerva tells the three of you, I'll see you later in the day after I find out if Ibn Rasood can make something happen.
Okay, sounds good.
And she heads back.
Oh, can I just say that while I was on the deck, I was going through my pack just to check to see if I had anything else new that I don't remember?
Sure. Nothing else new that you don't remember.
Yeah. So okay. Well, how'd the talk go?
It's been fantastic. I mean, come on. It's been fantastic.
With your silver tongue, I would imagine so.
Gold.
Hipley gave me the library.
What?
Yeah. It's Thesis now.
But okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She looks puzzled. Well, Jesus, can you use the wand?
Pull it out.
Right, on the boat, do it. Do it. Do it on the boat. Do it.
I wonder how that would work with the wild magic too. Right?
Oh my god, drop it.
Some of the boat, it becomes part of the boat. It's like a
It's
library boat.
Oh
Throws
my
all the
god,
books into
do
the
it.
ocean.
Yes.
We now have a houseboat.
Oh,
Right.
Throw me.
do it, try it.
No. I guess when it's safe to try it, I can try it. But I don't know, we'll see, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, I went through my things, and I don't have anything new apart from this. It's the pearl, and
What is that? I don't think Hipley saw it because he was on top.
oh yeah, she pulls it out and hands it to you.
What the?
It's a big pearl.
Ooh.
Yeah, it kind of just showed up under Dwyn's pillow last night. Like there was a blinding flash, and then it was there.
Yeah, and I wrote a note apparently that says the eye of the blinding god, blinding question mark, makes us forget it. Niles wants it. Everyone wants it. We have it. So deduction tells me that since I don't have any new items and I don't remember getting this, perhaps this is the item. Niles wants it. Everyone wants it. So if that's the case, maybe it's also connected to what Eizen did. But I'm not sure.
Can you see through it? So is it like thick, or like can you see through it? If like you're looking at it through the light,
It
see if it's
doesn't-
blinding.
No, you can't see through it.
Well, I mean, if Niles wants it, I mean, I guess it's good that we have it. I mean,
Yeah.
is it magical? I can't really. I mean, it feels like
I
just a pearl. I don't know.
Just a big pearl.
I mean,
Looks like a big pearl.
if it is this Eye of the Blinding God, then it might have something of god magic, which we can't detect god magic anyway. We tried on the mask.
I'm sure the mask didn't reveal itself.
Ooh, god magic. I'll hand it back.
Take it.
Go. Ooh.
Which, if it has essence, we may definitely want to keep it from Nios, because we learned Nios is looking for god essence.
Right.
But don't want to keep it from
it's-
us too. I mean, that mask is pretty terrible. So
Well, at least this hasn't talked to us yet.
Yeah.
I'd be concerned once it starts talking.
I'd be concerned once I start talking. Yeah.
So wait, we have you because you told me about the book, how it got moved into the book, the spirit, and because you guys kind of warned me about it, like not to let it get in my head. So now we have a book with a god's essence in it, and potentially a pearl with another god's essence in it.
mhm, yep, we're just a
Yeah.
lucky
No.
group.
We're walking around with
Apparently, we like collecting gods.
apparently.
See, Eizen, I told you, you're like, oh my god, I'm bringing this badness to you guys. See, look at this.
Well,
Before we even met you.
if Dwyn's right, then I literally brought this pearl to you.
Oh,
So
well, we already had another one before.
Yeah,
so-
we were on the target list because of what we did with the other god.
you're on a target list now. I'm worth 50,000 gold pieces, and we
Tell me
have
that much.
those. Huh?
50,000, like it's even that much. I mean, not to be
About as
rude,
much
Eizen, but
as Tiffany's
50,000. Just like you're worth like almost as much of a staff, and that's on a good day.
I'm
No
worth
offense.
almost as much as a magical staff that can summon a library with all kinds of knowledge and do other things as well.
She
And-
flattered.
Hipley's acting like that's not a big deal. That's huge. That's a magical artifact. I'm not.
And what makes it so magical? It's an item. Can it talk? Can it feel? Can it heal somebody? Yes, it's words on a page. We can get those words from talking to people. It's just a book. It's nothing
Maybe it
special
summons
about
cats. I like the cats.
it. Ugh.
Summon
Ugh.
is a giant ibis.
The ibis is very useful, very kind.
Ibis is
Okay, the ibis is kind of tight. Like it ate.
It ate a hag.
It
You
ate a
like
hag.
the ibis. Yeah.
Okay, so the ibis is kind of okay. Fine, I'll give you the ibis, and that's it. Ibis is
Green
tight.
grass in the desert when we plant it, it's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's about the people you're with. Anywhere with you guys would be better. So you can be in that lab where you want, but let's see the people you want to be with, like you guys. It doesn't mean nothing to me. So
I do like studying with you guys in there. Y'all read so fast, but I like reading with you all.
Oh.
well, I appreciate being with you all. I don't care if that's on library, on a boat, or wherever. So however much longer we have, because inevitably we're going to be torn apart, probably viciously. So until that day.
So comforting.
With that happy thought, what is the plan?
Oh yeah. Hipley, Wendell.
Please.
Yeah, we got clothes. Wendell's going to be the right hand. Jada and myself are going to be part of the normal entourage. No, Jada's going to be an expert, but
Mm-hmm.
Please don't make me do that.
Jada, you got this.
So who's gonna go?
No, I don't got this. I really don't.
Who's gonna go with Dwayne as her backup as the buyer? I can't be seen anywhere near it. That was already established.
well, it's
Well,
interesting because there actually may already be another potential buyer who is into this kind of stuff where the staff came from. What was their name? As me?
Yes, Esme.
Yeah,
Really
Osme.
popular. These
Osme.
are really.
The
Osme.
guy
Osme from
that I
what-
robbed.
Oh,
Ah,
yes. Did you tell us that before? Wow.
No,
Nope.
actually, Dwayne and I were just talking about it. She asked who. 'Cause I couldn't remember what it was that was stolen. She asked who I robbed. It was Khalil
Oh.
Osme's home.
Ah,
Osmes, Eizen. Whoa.
that's unfortunate.
Well,
I definitely played it. Now, do I know it is? Do I know if Khalil knows who was involved? Do we know that? Like, do they see who was that had stolen the items?
No,
Okay.
you got it, guys. As far as you know, got away scot free.
Mm-hmm.
The four of you. So no, they weren't home. You were able to get around the guard. Somebody on the crew had the how to get through the lock. The 4 locks. Sorry.
That might have been me. I have a very high sleight of hand, so.
Yeah, well, the lock requires 4 people to be opening it within a very short amount of time. Almost simultaneously. And there's requirements for each. You remember that it has some kind of numbers on it, 1 through 20, and each one has a different number, and it has to be pulled out after hitting that number a certain number of centimeters. Each one was different, and there's like little marks on the bar that shows when it pulled out.
What I will tell you is that was probably the most incredible job I've ever been a part of. Their vault, I've never seen anything like it before. I'm actually still surprised that we were able to get in and get out.
If we're part of the same family as I'm thinking that there's wonder why.
what do you know about
So-
them,
Make me an intelligence check, Eisen.
Jada?
Intelligence.
I thought that was heading my way,
Straight
and I was like,
intelligence
please
or
don't make me
history
do
or
this.
like what? I just want to make sure. Okay.
It's got it. Is it history or just your intelligence?
Straight up intelligence.
Okay,
Just remembering
so
something.
I rolled a 14 plus 2. That'll be 16.
Okay. you remember that. I mean, there aren't a whole lot of details because once you got in, it was very quick. You remember going in, the floor was wet, and there was only this bag, and the drawstrings on the bag, one of them was caught between two of the bricks on the floor or something, and you had to yank it to get it out of there. And there was nothing else in there, which was really weird. You know, normally you were expecting more things, and all that was there was that.
Do I think it might have been intentionally the drawstring stuck in there?
No, it seemed. I mean, you don't know. It was just.
Yeah.
Why would they stick it? It wasn't hard enough that you couldn't get it. It was just it seemed stuck.
Yeah. The bag was a little bit stuck. Had to yank it out, but yeah, we got out. It was an odd night, that's for sure. And then everything, the job went great, was smooth, and then after that, everything went to hell. The whole guild was practically wiped out by whoever had wanted us to steal this, which I'm assuming now might have been either Nazal Ghul or Nyos or, you know, whoever gives the commands.
Well, I mean,
But if
at least.
go ahead.
No, we're good. You were about to say something.
I would just say if Osmi is involved, this makes it a lot more dangerous, a lot more complex.
How do you propose we go about handling Osmi?
Maybe funnel them false information that it's not real, or try to get them not interested. You know, make it seem like maybe it's more dangerous to get it than. But that might just make their interest more if we do like a, you know, dangerous route. But if we can convince them that it's not a real thing, they may not show up.
But don't we want, I mean, because wouldn't they get the other person we're trying to get more interested too? So, I mean,
Yes. I mean, that's the benefit of them being there is it might encourage who we really want to be there, Zelly, to come. But
Could be a double-edged blade, so to speak. Either
but
it
we
will
know
encourage.
I was gonna say, but we know that we don't really plan to sell this, and if Osmi realizes that this isn't a real deal, they have a lot of money to throw towards us in a not so nice way.
I mean, we don't plan on sticking around that long though. So, I mean, I don't know.
Is he, say superstitious? Or,
I don't know. I don't even know if I would know that about them. Probably not that much.
Yeah,
You'd never met him.
Yeah. I mean,
they don't
And
have
yes.
this reputation of being superstitious.
Did it say that in the book that I've read?
I will say. I mean, yeah, you're right. Hibley don't plan on sticking around. But as we all know, when people have money, they have
Maybe
a far
history
reach.
check.
Make a what check?
History.
I could.
Who?
Hipley.
Hibley.
Wendell.
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 Wendell. Windstar.
Dang, 17 again. Come on, die.
You don't remember whether there was anything like that in there.
It was worth a thought.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. I mean, either way, I mean, it's what it is at this point. The person's going to be there, so not much we can do about it. I mean,
I just want us to be aware that who we're dealing with is not going to just want to let us walk away with that staff.
I don't think anyone's really going to want us to probably at this point, but
And since you
But,
put
and I-
burden
yeah.
on Desus, I mean,
Mhm.
I just want them to have the option.
true.
I'm looking at Hipley very like, why would you put that burden on Desus?
It's not a what do you mean burden? It's not a. It's a library. If it
Whatever
gets lost-
happens to this now, you put it in Desus's hands. So
Fine. Jesus, if it's that big of a deal, I'll take it back because I don't care if I lose it. So if that's what you want, I can take it back.
But it's a gift.
Yes, exactly. So then, I just look at Eizen and just dagger, just like Just daggers.
I mean, if you generally
I
want
think-
it back, I will
No, I
always
don't.
give it
No.
back to you.
I think when Deesa says it, Eizen just starts laughing. Like seriously, like I was just laughing. He just dies. Like, you can't win, Hipley.
I'm gonna tackle him. I tackle him. I tackle him.
I just let him.
Your tackle.
I could, as they're like wrestling on the ground, she kind of
Yeah.
like steps over them. Well, I could scry on one of them, like on Zelly or on Osme. Maybe good information.
And as I'm wrestling around, Osme might be a better choice, but not on the boat.
Yeah, we may
Yeah,
want to
I'm
step
off
off
the
the boat.
ship. No.
And not alone. I don't want no more Lotus incidents.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna at least change my clothes, and then she goes and changes, and tucks her hair into a.
Let's see what I can
Scarf.
wild shape into.
Not that it will do much, but I only need to get off the ship.
I'm gonna look at my moo that we've gotten.
Okay.
I like how it's a
I-
movie.
It's very nice. Beige, a little bit of vermilion, like red. Collar. There's some gold embroidery along the collar edge, and 2 tassels that hang down over the slit that comes down on the front, really making a nice show of your chest hair.
Wow.
Me?
This is quite the outfit.
Uh-huh.
What did you call it again? A moo?
It's called a moo. I'm walking my chest out, just like old, like it's white hair too, because I'm old, so it's like just like white hair, just like poof.
The good-looking white hair, like Magnum PI level.
I like how I said that just like joking, and now it's like canon.
Mhm.
You're rocking a
Yep.
moo. I love it.
It has a belt though, so it doesn't just hang like a dress.
I like the little tassels.
Dress
Thank
with
I
the
know,
belt.
I know. Look at that.
Or like the
they're gold.
tassels, like right by the nipples.
They are.
Yeah, they
the
hang down, yeah,
tassels.
about right there. Yes.
They're
We
perfect
need art
height
of-
too.
we
They
need
are
an
perfect
art.
height.
We need the art of Hipley and a moo.
I'm going to step away. I'm going to wild shape into a hawk. I'm going to have like a deep navy feathers with white speckles all over them, and then fly over and land on Dwen's shoulder.
Okay. When this random hawk lands on your shoulder.
Jesus Hawk. Okay.
Give you a nuzzle.
Oh. And we step off the ship.
Okay.
I
Real-
keep a keen eye.
Mm-hmm. And then, well, I'll just walk into the market.
You by yourself or everybody?
I'm waiting. I
I thought because you're scouting, right? I'm
She's going to
I think-
scry.
yeah.
Yeah, she was-
yeah.
She was going off the stride. I think.
Mhm.
I think Desus was going.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Hawthorne with him. So
And
she's
Yeah.
So the 2 of you then.
So I'm keeping eyes out, and as a hawk, I have keen sight, which gives me advantage on perception checks.
So where are you going to go to get away from the ship? All the businesses funnel everybody to the market, and through the market you get to the Bourse, through the Bourse you get to the caravanserai, but also from the market it spreads out into the rest of the city. So you almost have to go through the market to get to the rest of the city, anywhere else in the city. Unless you really know what you're doing. There's other ways if you are knowledgeable of the city.
I'm
Right,
just
path.
gonna go to like a hotel or an inn or something,
Okay.
and then I'll ask for a room.
Okay, you can get a room. They're not that expensive here.
How much would you say it is?
6 silver for a night.
Okay. And then I'll just go into the room I rented and start
Okay.
the scry. So I'm going to scry on Eizen. Osme.
Okay.
So he needs to make I'm pretty sure, let me check it is a DC 17.
Oh, close, but fails.
All right. Show me what you got.
So Osmi, you find your way to this kind of beautiful home that seems to be above the Bourse. And it looks like the walls and the flooring are made of maybe the original kind of stonework that was part of the city in the past. And you go into it, and the scrying, he's sitting in a room speaking with a person that has several other people with them. You hear him say, "So, if I understand this, then you wish me to inspect the product, and if I'm interested, I'll make the purchase." And she goes, "No, I want to purchase this, but I don't trust the sellers for my safety. I do believe that Ibn Rasood, I mean, he's an antiquarian. He knows what he's doing, but he'll have an entourage. I don't know. I'm suspicious because this happened at a time, and Khalil goes, at a time when what? That's not really any of your concern. Zelly, if you're trying to put me into a compromising position where I'm at risk, I am not going to be comfortable with any of this. You won't be at any risk. I just need to make sure that the buyer doesn't know that I'm involved, or if I am involved, that I have someone with knowledge of these kinds of materials. I don't wish to be taken advantage of, but I do want the product. And what if I want the product? What if I find interest in the product? You wouldn't have even known it was here if it was not for me. I have my ears to the ground. I even lost..." And he looks around. "My vault was broken into, and he looks around again. Something was taken from it. And the way that it was done really makes me think it was one of your guild's crew that did it. It would have required 4. Well, somebody from that crew is in the city that we've been looking for. Really, and you haven't brought this to me yet? Well, once we have him, and we get whatever we're supposed to get him for, Nethal Gu said he needs him. I don't really know why. That's so odd. But once we have him, then perhaps a deal for him could be made. I just wish the item. And he's looking at her, and you can tell there's a sort of level of mistrust between the two of them. Like, it's an uncomfortable alliance being made, it seems. Okay, so if that's the case, I will want reasonable compensation for this. I want 25% of whatever it sells, of whatever I purchase it for. And she looks at him, she goes, "But that would incentivize you to buy it for the maximum value." That isn't my concern. You have money. If you want it that badly and you want to make sure that it's the right thing, hope I don't turn it to 30%. And she looks around, and you can tell she's angry about it. And she puts her hand out, deal. And he puts his hand in hers, she puts hers on his. I'll let them know. It was nice to do business with you, Khalil. He said, was it? And she leaves. And when she and her crew leave, he walks over to the vault and he starts staring at it, like dumbfounded a little bit. And he goes over to it, and he goes to each knob, and he turns it and pulls it and turns it, each one all the way around. This vault is the size of a room. It is huge. In fact, I think I can show you a picture of it. Yeah. Looks like that.
Woo.
And when he's done, you hear like a squishy oozing sound, and then one door just slightly opens, and he pulls it back, and inside it there's gold and riches in there. What did they? And you can hear him just saying to himself, "What did they steal?" I know they got the numbers wrong because the vault dropped everything out. But there was a bag or something. And he calls out to somebody else, and someone comes over, looks like a guard. You've been with me a while. Do you remember what was stolen from the vault? No, Khalil. It was just a bag. And thank you. He leaves. He closes the vault again. I am... And he goes over and sits down on the couch he was on before. The home is ornate, beautiful. Even his attire, the gold, he wears gold and blues and colors that really match his dark skin. It's kind of striking. Yeah.
Okay.
The kind of ostentatious exhibit of wealth that is here. And he sits down and really seems to be contemplating like something. And he goes nowhere else. What are you doing? Welcome, Waffles Maple Syrup, and your party. Wow, 16, nice. You had a good night going. We're discussing some roguery that's going on, that's being planned out. I think.
About how old is he? I was wondering.
Youngish. Actually, let me see if I can. I don't have a
Like
picture lined up, but I can put one up real quick. Give me a second.
Late 30s or
30s,
younger?
30s, maybe 40s at the top, but really probably more 30s. Let me see if I can add a picture of him. It may or may not allow me to, because it may be too big. I hope not.
Well, That's what I want to learn from this guy. Does he have any like religious iconography in the room?
Yes. And it looks very similar to the kinds of stuff that you saw when you went into the Sphinx's lair.
Oh, I made him go away. On accident. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, yeah. That looks cool. I pull out of the scrying
Okay.
and I just look at Desus, the hawk. Well, I did find out something juicy. Zelly and Khalil are in cahoots together. Zelly wants Khalil to basically scope it out and get the item that she wants. But he also kind of wants it for himself, so they have a kind of a tenuous relationship. Anyway, I'll change my visage with disguise self.
Okay.
And it won't be the same disguise as Wendy. It'll be a different disguise. Just a regular, probably, yeah, another human that would, just be another face on the streets. And I go and walk back to the... Okay, so I'll exit the inn, and I say, Jesus, do you mind flying above me? Just so we get to the ship? Okay. And I'm just gonna walk back to the ship.
I swoop up and keep a very cautious eye.
And you're flying above, and it's hard to know if Cerridwen's ever actually safe, because the streets are just so busy. You're past the morning, that it's the time of the day when all the actual selling and merchant moving is going on. It's not as bad in the Bourse, or it's not in the Bourse. She's coming down from near the market, so heading down the market, and there's a lot of people. How do you move through the market, Cerridwen?
I just I think at first she would be trying to just get through, but then she'd start to just merge with as crowds kind of go, they have a traffic, so she'll just merge with the crowd traffic.
Okay.
And try to...
And there is a flow. It moves kind of a swirling river. It all wraps around the market and into the market, but if you go with the flow, you move at a pretty quick pace. You try and go against it, and it is no fun trying to get out. So you get through. You get to out of the area and into the dockyard area, and the ship is right there, and your pylon is still sticking out of the ground. The door is still off hinges.
Take a minute to just puzzle at it and be like, where'd this come from? Oh, the gods must be against us.
And there are people there praying. Some are chanting, and it is weird. It's like a symbol.
Right
before the eclipse.
I very specifically kind of arc my path, and as I get right over the column, just plop.
You hit somebody for sure. There's just too many people not to.
No. I'll
Hopefully it's not Dwyn.
No, I would avoid Dwyn. Going purposely right over the column.
So I'll just see someone who's observing and then walk up to them. So, what do you think? Oh, hang on. No, she wouldn't use her accent. What do you think this column's about?
I think it's the gods giving us a warning, and then the moons crossed soon after. Something has to change here. The city needs to repent.
So you think
it's very obvious.
What god do you think is upset with us? Or if not all of them?
Oh, that's a good question. Which god would be most upset with us? Oh, I don't know if we'll know yet. It'll take us a little time to figure that out.
I just nod. Yeah.
They'll reveal themselves when the time is right. I'm not sure if if we're ready for it.
I don't think we'll ever be ready for it. And I nod and I walk back. I don't walk straight to the ship. I'll just sort of meander and then get onto the ship.
Okay, you get on the ship. No complications getting there.
Okay. And I wave him down. I'm like, well, it's me. And I got a lot of information, so I recount the events that I saw about how they're in cahoots and how he has lots of like fancy stuff, and I think he worships the Sphinx, or at least respects it, and maybe that's why he really wants it, because I saw the iconography like we saw in the Sphinx there in his house. And his house is over there, and over the Bourse. Any thoughts?
So, he seems a little worried about working with it, right? Like you said, he seemed like a little bit worried, but also hesitant, but also kind of interested in getting it for himself.
Mm-hmm.
And they have an uneasy alliance. I mean, we could work this several ways.
I agree.
And he doesn't know it was stolen out of his vault either.
Yeah, he doesn't know what was taken out of the vault either. But,
we could either try to make him scared enough not to be willing to do it for her, or maybe find some way to make her think that he's going to double cross and steal it for himself to make her want to show up. But I don't know. What do the rest do you think?
I think we might want to go with the double cross route, because the Zelly, if he thinks it's dangerous, then Zelly won't endanger herself, because she's already hiring him to endanger himself.
Well, what if one of the seller's cohorts goes to his house to say that they hope that he'll be there, and that they think that it'd be perfect, and maybe she'll catch wind that people are trying to get him to buy it. Maybe that'll make her think twice about sending him for her. I mean, it's one thought. I don't know. I mean, like Jada or Desus go instead to like kind of talk to Khalil, make it seem like this seller is interested in Khalil being there to purchase the item.
So we want to entice Khalil to come to an event he's already coming to.
What I'm saying is, if they see that that the seller's people are going there and talking to him directly, saying, "Hey, look, we think this would be great for you. We know you're interested in the Sphinx and things like that." Her people are probably watching his house, and if she sees that they're hoping that he's going to be the one to get it, and that we're talking to him directly, maybe it'll make her nervous. Then maybe she can't trust him to get it for her. And just one thought. I mean, again,
just trying to bait her out.
Yeah, but again, I don't know. I mean, they may not work, but it's just one thought. I mean, do we have any other ideas that might be a better way to bait her out and make her not trust him?
Seems incredibly complicated.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of work in machine parts that may or may not be seen. But when I know what she looks like now, and I won't make a minor image. She'll like almost do it and then be like, no.
No. I just see you go, no.
Does anyone else have disguise self or something like that?
Oh God, I wish I did.
I do.
I just flip up my feathers.
I think I do. Let me check.
Disguise as beauty, never.
I was hoping
not
that...
with your moo. No.
No, with this moo. No.
Definitely not.
Never.
Not your treasure to the world with that one.
Chest still out, like just ruffles.
I used to, but I don't anymore.
I caught Dwayne and try with my feathers make it look like I'm putting on a hat.
Oh, you have that hat. Can't you turn into like a bear? Wait, I guess you already turned into a bear, but didn't we have like a hat that can turn someone into a bear? Or am I just thinking of something
I have
else?
a hat that can make me look like a shadow. and I
Ooh.
pull it out, and then I go and like stand by the mast where there's a shadow.
You fade into the
Do
shadow.
magic items work with the boat being part of magic?
Actually, you're right.
Should I send anything?
Well, no, but I was just saying, but magic
I
items
think
aren't
magic
spells.
items did. Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
spells.
Oh, okay.
Casting.
Do you think that would help me get around a little bit easier? How long do you get to stay in the shadow?
As long as you stay in the shadow and don't move, then
Is it like a one-time use or?
Here you
I
can
just wanted.
Yeah,
Because I'm trying to think how Eizen can move around and not be like, "Hey, look, there's the guy that has 50,000 gold pieces on his head."
I think it keeps the
'Cause
user
I don't
in
have
shadow,
the sky
right?
cell.
I think it keeps the user in shadow, doesn't it, or no?
When you stand still in the shadows, you look like another shadow. That's what it says. Shadow head.
You just
Here,
fade into
and
the
I
shadow.
just put it on you.
We can give you a makeover too. I mean, we must have some sort of like makeup supplies.
I could give you a haircut.
Ooh,
I
that'd be
hold-
fun.
I hold up my I hold up my cheek.
So you don't want to. So you're worried about getting caught, but you don't want to cut off a little hair.
Actually, I am proficient in disguise kit.
Oh,
I just checked. I
Do
am
you
proficient
have a
in that.
disguise kit?
I don't know this. So I'm looking to see if I have. I do have a disguise kit.
Oh,
Nice.
so you could make
oh,
it work.
Eizen. You've been holding
Man,
out on
my-
us again.
Right? Unintentionally, I completely forgot that I had that.
Forgot what you
Alright.
stole. Forgot what you had that. Mm-hmm.
Well, we could disguise you, yes, and us. That'd be good. The only other idea is now that I know what Zelly looks like, we could potentially dress up as her and make Zelly do really embarrassing things in the city so that the real one comes
Ooh.
out and is like, "Who are you?"
That sounds like fun. I think it's a great idea. Let's do that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Ooh.
I
feel
vote for
like
it.
if Jada could sigh,
I mean,
be a long suffering sigh.
But if we do that, I mean, they're just going to meet us in the street, and if we start to get the upper hand, they might be able to duck away. As we've learned, they're very good at getting away, especially when there's a crowd.
that's gonna ruin a good plan.
I'm
Mhm.
Well,
I'm not trying to ruin a plan. All right, I'm just saying what we know, and then maybe
wait.
our only-
Maybe we can disguise one of us to look like Zelly, and then we can have Azul, Lil, see, and be like, "Oh, she's gonna double cross me, so I'm gonna pull out," and he's gonna be like, "I'm not going," and then she has to cover herself. So if we remove him from the equation, but then, dang it, but then he'd be like, "Didn't you do this thing?" And she'd say, "No, what's wrong with you?" So maybe we don't disguise ourselves as her.
But then hilarity would ensue because they'd be like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, it wouldn't be
Um,
nearly as hilarious. That's true.
if you're going to do that, it would have to be like an hour or two before the cell goes down to not give them a chance to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
You
Or
know?
we can just do it as it is. I mean, and see what happens. I mean, either way, it's probably gonna go as we're gonna plan, no matter how much we plan. And we know it's not gonna go according to plan.
Well, if we still go with the original plan, where Dwayne is the other buyer,
Wait.
you can go up as high as you want until they stop bidding, and then you get the thing, and it's going to force Zelly to come looking for you.
there. Oh, but I think you had an idea, but I think that's simple enough. But you were gonna say something.
That's true. We could just, outbid him.
Because we don't have to buy it.
We don't have to buy it. It's
Well, I
already
do.
ours.
I mean, I'm gonna kind of want that money, but okay, yes, it's fine.
Well, it's not
Yeah,
yours
that's
anymore.
way less
Technically, it's
complicated.
Ace's.
We can just outbid him, and then we'll have it, and then. But wouldn't she just send him again after us?
I don't think Khalil does that kind of work. I don't think
Can
he...
Khalil do cool things? Does he know magic?
Does he know magic?
Why don't we entice him to double cross her during the sale?
Hey, how are we gonna entice him?
I don't know. It was just a thought. I don't talk much. I'm gonna go back to
Okay.
work
I
now.
drop wild shape. No, I'm thinking along the same lines. If Did Win mention about him not trusting her because of the gang stuff?
Yeah, she said
yeah,
she did.
I recounted all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if he already thinks she might be, it's her gang that stole from his vault, what if we fabricate proof that it was her gang and she was involved? And he's like, well, damn, I don't want that then. He'll be more likely to turn on her.
And we're doing all this again just to get to her, right? That's I guess, because I forget now with all the machinations. Like we just need her, right?
Okay, simplest thing. We want Zelly because
Okay.
we want to know where Nathal Ghul is so we can take out Nathal Ghul.
Well, can we just use a scry and just like find out where she? I mean, do you know where the spots are in this place, Eizen? So if we just scry, can we just say, okay, they're in this location, and just go there and get her?
Well, it's probable that location is heavily fortified and
I
defended.
guess. I guess she has to go out eventually, though. I mean, but I guess we don't have time.
For one, we could do a combination. If we have to go to the sale, right? We could do, like we said, outbid him until he doesn't bid anymore. Then that's going to make Zelly want to come after us. Leading up to that, though, what if I disguise myself and I went there and said that I heard that you want to know what happened to your vault, and that I was part of that crew, but I was forced by Zelly to do it, and then she tried to kill all of us, and they want to kill me because they want what was in there, but I no longer remember what it was, which is true. But then he's going to know that Zelly wanted something and that they killed a bunch of people. And then he's not going to trust her either. So we can like literally create drama between them, while also, if he does still show up for them, we can try to outbid them.
I'm fine with this plan.
Okay, yeah, let's go. I guess we're walking to his house now.
I guess I should try to disguise
Yeah.
myself first.
Why not, Todd?
All right.
I
want to roll it on. I haven't rolled on here. I want to roll it on here. But, you know, as soon as I said it,
Can I use the help action to help him?
Ooh. It's like a
make sure
makeover
that
show.
everything looks like it looks real. I mean, just watch and you can
yeah.
tell somebody, yeah, you need to fix that a little bit more, I would think.
Yeah.
What am I using for a disguise kit? Is it sleight of hands or something else? Like, I don't know, like what you would consider for that. What skill?
Usually it's
On dexterity, right?
Yeah,
Dex.
Yeah, I would say dexterity or performance, and then plus your proficiency.
Yeah.
Since you're proficient with it.
guidance.
And plus, we have time too.
This ship
you take your
is
time with it.
wild, sir.
Wait,
Damn it!
It'd be performance? It'd be performance? Because I don't have performance.
I'm in sleight of hand.
So it would be my dex plus whatever
Right, because it's a Dex roll for the skill with your proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Proficiency bonus.
And you
All right,
get
so plus
advantage.
4 plus dex, so 9. All right, here we go. And oh yeah, I forgot advantage. Yay! All right. All right, that's going to be a 19 total.
Okay.
Rolled a little bit lower on the natural side, but a plus 9 is big help.
You look great. Your boobs don't look quite right, but I'm not sure how you're disguising. Actually, I'm just assuming.
I'm making myself look like an older man. Putting some temporary dye to dye my hair a different color.
All right. Boring.
Is your name
Here we
Peter?
are.
You want to be
Yes, but
boring. Hold on, listen. You want to be boring. That's the point. So you don't attract too much attention.
Yeah.
You get overlooked.
All right.
So yes.
I like hold up the like fake boobs that are probably just like
You
sacks
sure?
or socks or something.
That's
I'm
a
like,
good
you would have
story.
made a great woman. Just saying.
Listen, I've used them before. Great story. May tell you sometime. But for now, let's just put these away.
He keeps them for another time.
You never know when you need to be, a little fancier.
Fancier. That's a good
Fancier? The word I've been
Alright.
used, dude.
The word he uses.
It was. All right, so you have time, so it's not like there's a rush. You get made up, you get ready, and you head out.
Okay.
You head through the market.
Are we all going, or who's?
And I am wearing the shadow hat too, so that way if I need to
Okay.
dip in at some point just to lose somebody, I can.
I'll go with him.
Who all's going?
I say we should all go, but in like 2 groups.
I'll be
So,
in
like,
group 2.
Okay. I'll be in group 1 with Eizen.
I'll be in group 2.
All right.
So group 1 is Cerridwen, Eizen.
I'll be part of group 1, and I will wild shape into a jackal. Little desert jackal, because then maybe he'll be interested in why you have a jackal.
And most people won't think it's
could have brought a
dog.
basilisk.
Ibis. Should have been Ibis.
It's not on my list.
This is D&D. Who cares about the list? Just kidding.
And most people think it's just a dog anyway. They won't know that much of a difference.
And I'm adorable.
Oh, you're so cute.
Yeah.
Those are spots.
These could be really educated people, Scott. So I'm just saying they couldn't know. Just kidding.
So you go through market and you get to the Bourse, and it opens up, and there are tables outside and people are like making deals and talking and all that. And you get to this, the home is raised up off the ground. There's a stairway up to it in the center of the home, lifted. It's like 2 stories up, and underneath it there is a mural made out of tiles, and it's beautiful. It's of a rising sun, in a style that looks familiar-ish, like when you had seen the Sphinx, when you had seen the tiles on the columns and stuff. Like that overall style. Eisen, you don't recognize that style, but the others have seen it.
I will observe the area, roofs, alleys, normal passerbyers, people in the streets.
Yeah, the Bourse is a weird place. There's not really many buildings, and when there are buildings, they're very tiny because they're just used for like meeting rooms to make deals. There are little tables everywhere, and there's people serving food and drinks, and it's sort of like it's like the New York Stock Exchange if it was not dealing in money like we do now, but more just making deals and moving gold. So there's a lot of conversations happening, not as fast as that, but they're big conversations, but it's spread out. It's all over the place. It's a big area, multiple blocks long, multiple blocks wide. Off to the east, you can see the caravanserai. That's where all the caravans and the camels and horses are all kept. And this is the only actual home in the Bourse. So it's pretty easy to recognize it. And
How did my crew break into this place?
You came in through the roof.
Okay.
Once you get up, it's 2 stories to the bottom floor of it, and then it's 3 stories tall.
Wow. Okay, so it's really tall off the ground.
Yeah.
All right. I will hobble over there with some old little stick, cane, up the stairs.
Well, at the top of the stairs there is a guard.
Before you go up there, I'm like, Jay wanted to go in with you?
Maybe. Might be better if I have somebody, there with me.
Okay. We go up with him. With our old man and jackal.
Halfway up the stairs, you see him stop. Oh. Yeah, give me a minute.
I'll
He's
give
really
you a
selling
moment
the part.
I'll give you a moment to take a step back, old man.
No, listen.
And there's a lowered glaive.
I have some important business to tell your master. It's about what happened to his vault. He'll want to know.
Make me
He has
Yeah,
some
persuasion.
inside information.
maybe a
Make a what?
persuasion check.
Persuasion.
you
That's going to be
persuasive?
an 8.
You need to
That's
move
an
on.
8.
There, you don't have anything.
You think
Take your
so?
dog out of
But
here,
you know
too.
what? When your master finds out that you turned me away, I bet you won't like what happens.
My job is to
Is it
turn
really
people
worth-
away that want to come in and disturb him.
I just pat Eizen, and I was like,
Huh.
you don't remember what was taken, do you?
I'm not sure I ever knew what was taken.
No one remembers what was taken.
It was a bag. And that's all anybody remembers.
And he
But
leaves the
but
blade
if you
down
don't-
and he knocks on the door, and the door, a slot opens, and he whispers something to somebody, and the slot closes.
Well
Wait
done.
here for a moment.
You hear
there's-
me when I tell you, I go, well done.
There's kind of a long. It's a long wait, and then the slot opens. He says something to him, and he sets the glaive to his side, and he comes down towards you. I have to make sure you have no weapons.
And I would have probably left my weapon with Blake, my actual dagger. 'Cause
Okay,
I would, if you would allow it, I would have left it with him because I would have assumed they
that's
wouldn't.
up to Blake.
Oh, I mean Hipley, sorry.
It's up to
Wendell,
Wendell.
Hipley, Hipstar, Blake, whatever you want to call this guy.
You trust with your
I'll-
dagger.
I'll hand him my sword and dagger.
I'm a jackal.
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's your dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very well
that's-
said.
that's Spot.
The door opens. He steps aside, and another guard inside takes you. Follow me.
I put my arm out for Dwayne to help me up the steps.
I go and I place him. I offer him my arm.
Thank you.
The door closes behind you, and the door is big and heavy. When it closes, it's got real heft, and it's thick. So you get inside, and it's beautiful. There is gold or gold leafed stuff all over the place in here. There are guards in each room, and he walks you into a sitting area. Master Osmi will be here in a moment. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
And
Fine.
he looks
Will
at your
seat.
dog as he heads out of the room. There is a guard in the room. A few moments later, this man enters. He stops at the room for a moment. You have a jackal.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's Spot.
Like my dad.
I pat her on the head.
I
And
wake more rapidly.
he comes in. Please, and he goes to a chair and he sits. He keeps an eye on the jackal. So you wished to speak to me about the thievery that happened into my wares.
Yes. I've been out of town for some time. But I'm back, and I noticed somebody that we both know was here earlier today. A mutual acquaintance, we'll say. I know that you're kind of trying to, I'm assuming, working with them in some fashion, but you should be aware. She is behind the robbery.
And how would you know this?
And I pull off like my old man fake nose because I was one of the people that she forced into going into that place and then killed everybody. And I was the only one that got away.
So you then are Mr. Tal Windstride.
No, it's
Oh,
Tal
Tal
Valdis.
Valdis. I was getting the other one.
Yeah, Eizen Windstride. Yes, I am. And I know
So why would I
coming
not
here.
just turn you in for the money? It's quite a hefty sum.
Do you think if she was behind it that she's going to be willing to actually give you that money? She doesn't care about you or your belongings. There's things that she wants. And if she's willing to steal from you and then kill everybody involved.
So
What do you think she'll do to you?
why did you come to me and
Because
put me
I
at
see that
risk?
you're working with her, and I think you should know who you're dealing with.
I've been working in this city for quite a long time. I know who I'm dealing with. Now, though, I'm interested in what you have to do with what she's interested in.
She killed my friends, people that were like family, after making us do this job.
You know better than, as well as I do, that she's not the one who did the cutting.
But she was all for it. And she has no problem lying to you, I'm sure. And I would just like to see her fall, and I would rather see your family's good name continue to rise in power rather than them.
Well, you're putting me into a compromising position, because if I don't take you and deliver you and they find out you came here, then I was protecting you.
Well, you could turn me in. Or perhaps we can help each other.
And for the first time, he looks over at not at Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not an old man. I assume you're not what you appear either, then.
Pretty astute.
And you know who I am enough to offer up a jackal instead of a dog.
What did you say? Oh, she's confused at the word offering, but okay. She's like, we want to get to...
Zelly.
We want to get to Zelly's boss. That's our real angle.
And why would you want to do that?
Because he's been hunting us like dogs.
Now it's time to turn the tables on him.
Why don't you go through the dusk? Have them do it.
Too. Dusk has their hands tied.
They're scared to take big risks. We're not.
It's not they're afraid of taking risks. They're too weak. That's all.
Which is, well, we're not.
They don't have the numbers. They don't have the hitters like the Black Dawn has.
Scott, as everyone's talking, I want to look around the room. Do I see any of that iconography connected to the Sphinx in the room?
Yes. And you see also images of jackals and ibises and various other creatures from that area. Also some snake people, which I don't think you know what those are.
I guess anything that looks closest related to the Sphinx, I pat over to it, and then I just stand up on my hind legs and stare like pointedly up at it.
What do you got, Spot?
What is Spot's actual name?
Kevin.
That's not a jackal.
Kevin.
I'm not sure how they changed into that form, but that is not the form. That is not a natural creature.
I have friends that have many capabilities. All you need to know is we're not your enemy.
So are you here then to offer me the item that is now being bandied about as payment?
We don't even remember what it is anymore. Whatever it is, it was...
The item that Ibn Rasood is selling, do you have money to assist in acquiring that? Do you have any knowledge of that? There's a lot of coincidences happening all at once today.
I do. I'm unaware of any item being sold.
So do you have the item that was taken from my vault? Or do you have what was taken from my vault? It doesn't say items. Do you have what was taken from my vault?
I don't remember it. It's whatever it was, all I remember was a bag. Whatever it was, I can't remember what was in the bag. Do you remember what was in the bag? If I knew what it was, perhaps.
Let me see the bag.
Do I still have the bag?
You tell me. Did you keep the bag?
I feel like, I don't know. I'll flip
Leather
for it.
pouch.
I'll roll for it.
It's not worthless. It's just not valuable either.
All right, I'm going to roll a d4. Odds I have it, evens I don't.
Okay.
I'm doing it on the, for everybody to see on here. Let's see here. I did have it. Odds I have it. So I pull out the bag. I hand him the bag.
And he takes it and he hands it back. I remember the bag. I don't remember the contents.
I don't remember what it was in there either. Do you think Zelly could be behind that, or her master?
I don't know. I know everything I've ever bought and sold in my life, except that.
I've known everything that I've acquired.
I don't understand how I don't know that.
And I remember everything that I've ever acquired except for this. Yeah, I never say steal, Jazz. I always say acquired.
Acquired.
Yeah.
So I heard good things about you when after the break-in. You were the one that got away. Apparently you ducked off onto a ship is what the theory is. You disappeared that way. You went north. And then you came back. Why did you come back here?
As I said, we're coming through to deal with some things, and this is on our to-do list. And I don't want these people making this city any worse than it has been over the years. They need to be dealt with.
So how do you make it worth my while to help you?
All you have to do is stay out of it. Let Zelly do her own things. Don't work with them. And you know that when they're gone, you'll be able to profit off of them because there'll be nothing but chaos and plenty of ways to make money.
But if I'm interested in this thing...
Well, what if we find the seller and we either get them to either sell it to you or at least tell you more about it so you learn about it and see it? Even if they don't sell it to you, that's still a value to you, I'm sure. I don't know if they'll sell. I can't speak for that seller, but...
Do I look like somebody who spends my time dealing in information or dealing in wares?
Information.
What do those people look
is
like?
worth money as well. Knowledge is worth money as well.
Sure. To the right buyer, the right information. But we're talking about an item. Are we not? I want to know what this item is. If Zelly's interested and she's willing to pay a hefty price for it, it has me interested.
What if you get word that there's another buyer? I point to Dwyn with potentially, enough to give you a run for your money that you may need Zelly to be there. if she wants it. Make them more involved.
So
I'm just
let's
gonna
say you
grab my
get
notebooks.
Zelly. Let's say you get Zelly. What happens then? You torture her? Squeeze it out?
We have other ways. Torture's not going to work on a fanatic. There's other ways of getting information from people.
There are much better ways. So you get Zelly. It takes you a few hours to extract the information you need in whatever method you use. By then, the guild knows something went wrong, or is at least suspicious of it. Nethal Ghul will probably hide up, concerned. Zelly is not a padfoot. Zelly is an experienced practitioner.
Let me ask you this. What benefit does it serve either of us if I tell you our entire plan of how we plan to deal with Nethal Ghul? The more you know in this
I want to
matter,
know whether it's safe for me to work with you in a way that will get me what I want and get you what you want. I don't want you to be a person fleeing the city like you had. I have built a life here.
Yeah. If you stay out of it, you'll be fine. You won't have to flee the city. It's that simple.
But therein lies the rub. I'm interested in this thing.
I understand that. Like I said, I could find the seller and try to bring them to you directly afterwards, and maybe you can either work out a deal with them. Once I don't have Zelly and Nethal Ghul on my back, I can work more freely.
But
if you don't go,
I need a guarantee that it won't already be in Zelly's, possession by then.
Even if it is, she'll be dead.
Why don't you leave me some collateral to guarantee an opportunity for me in the future?
I don't even know if I have anything collateral. See here. That's me saying it to you, not not him saying it to him. I mean,
how about whatever you stole from my vault?
I don't have it, which I do not have.
And he looks around at you and Cerridwen and the jackal.
I mean, if you want to search me, you can. I don't have it. And that's not something I would just leave anywhere or to be stolen by somebody else if I did have it. I can't even remember what it was. Perhaps when I left, I sold it because I was scared of them at the time. But I've learned since then, and I came back to deal with them. So,
what if you left yourself here while the others were dealing with Zelly?
Now, if I left myself here, what incentive do you have to be on our side? You make 50,000 coin off of me.
Is that the value of the thing?
I don't know. I'm just saying, whatever it is.
Because 50,000 is the break point where it's more valuable for the thing than it is for you.
Regardless, if I can't trust you, then we can leave. But I came here to warn you at my own risk. I didn't have to come here.
I don't completely believe that. I am suspicious by nature.
So am I.
And I suspect there's more to this than an offer of avoid the criminal organization because they may commit a crime.
I look at Dwyn like I don't know what all we want to say.
Do you know who the seller will be already?
Do we know what?
Well, we are the seller. I'm saying, do we want to tell him that? Do you want to? I'm looking at you because again, I don't want to just reveal all the information.
Well, I mean,
just like, it's kind of like a moot point because we can't give this guy anything he wants.
What you want is clear and simple. You want Zelly.
Revenge.
Yep.
I can't offer revenge, but I can make sure that Zelly is at the dealing.
And you want something in return for that.
I would like a fair opportunity to bid on the item and not have to give it up if I win.
Well, we can talk to our crew.
It's not like I'm hurting for money to do it. I could make acquisitions if they're valuable enough and I find them interesting enough.
We can talk to the rest of our crew and see if we can find who the seller is.
How many more are you? I know there's 3 here.
I'm not telling you our numbers. Why would I tell you the rest of our numbers? Again, the more you know, the more dangerous you are to us. Which, you're not the only one who's suspicious and, you know, a little bit on the uneasy side around other people. I lived in the city too.
Weirdly, they have a high price on your head, Tal. Why is it so high? What did you do, or why are you worth so much?
I think it has to do with whatever was involved that I still think they took it. I don't remember it. You don't remember it. It's very convenient that the people involved don't remember, but it gains to their benefit. I think they want to eliminate me so that way they can cover their trail. And it's worth enough to them, whatever
They would not have to pay. They would not have to offer 50,000 gold for an assassination.
I don't know what else it would be.
You were in the guild, were you not?
I was.
So what did they pay
a
back then
Pathfinder.
for an assassination? You probably didn't
Not
even
much.
know.
Yeah.
And what about you? Were you in the guild also?
No.
What about your jackal?
I turned to like Eizen and I'm like, I think I'm gonna just bring him in. Just on everything.
Let me insight him on
Okay.
this and what he's doing here.
Okay.
Natural 20, baby. For a total of 27. Holy moly.
He is trying to figure out where the most value is in all these opportunities, including potentially turning you in. And his interests lie very heavily in whatever this item is that Ibn Rasood has. He's not a particularly distrustful person, it seems. He's pretty... he's a conniving business merchant of high dollar items, but he doesn't throw around lies and stuff willy-nilly. Doesn't mean he doesn't lie, but he tries to be honest enough, probably to make it easier when he does have to lie, that it seems believable.
You're trying to figure out where you're going to make the most money for the least amount of problems. Here's what I'll tell you about the crew that I'm with. They've fought and killed hags. They've faced sea serpents, rakshasas, other demons. They've faced fallen angels, and they're all still standing.
Well,
That's who I'm running with now. So, trying to get money from us by turning me in, turning against us, it's not going to be worth your time. I can promise you that much.
You know, that sounds a lot like some people I had heard of from Elixia.
Perhaps.
So am I in the presence then of Cerridwen? Sageness? No, not sageness.
She's just like...
The historian of the island, Sagewynd, and No, it wasn't him. You're not him. He died. So you joined the crew. Do you happen to have a golden warrior in your crew? From the east. Zakor, Tyseria, maybe Qatar.
You know quite a bit.
I am interested in acquiring knowledge too, if it's the right knowledge for the right amount. I'm not interested in disseminating it without it finding value in it. But if you're that crew, I would be interested in working with you. I am no friend of the guild that is running the place now, but at least I know that crew could potentially actually do what you're saying you want to do.
I just look at Eizen and I'll just drop the disguise elf and I'm like, well, cat's out of the bag. Kyarton's Sagewynd.
And he stands up and he bows. I'm very pleased to meet you, Cerridwen. You've done some amazing things from what the stories have said.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I've done pretty crazy things. No, that's true. That much is true. Look, you seem to like sphinxes. She gestures around the room. If you keep your nose out of this, I can tell you where to meet one. Because I've met one.
I'm in.
Okay. She's a druid. Just shrugs.
I didn't know. I didn't know, but I was suspicious. Too smart.
I'll get up on my links and wild shape myself.
And to be honest, I was nervous. A jackal is a representation of death, and I was concerned that I was in the presence of something much more.
Well, jackal was cuter than a hyena, so.
Yeah.
Hyena. A different god.
Well, we have in our crew someone who's kind of a bit of a reluctant servant to the Sphinx. So
has their favor.
So if it's any consolation to you, then we have the Sphinx on our side, somewhat. At least she's interested in what we're doing. But I'll tell you where it is. Let's say I can give you half the information now and half the information afterwards.
I would very much like to meet the Golden Warrior. It was one of the daughters of Lucy, was it not?
Guy knows all kinds of shit.
You are well informed.
It's not
I
like
can
you.
ask, but they don't like.
Yeah. Can I insight check him as he seems to be very interested? Alright, what's an insight? Oh, +3. Okay. 13.
He's putting a lot on the table. Not sure what that means exactly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he already knows who we are, so just like I can ask, but they're kind of a reserved.
They might stab you.
Yeah, they've been through a lot. But here, I'll start writing down. And she starts to write down information on the desert, what they went through, meeting them a car.
Okay.
And it's far, far, far to the east.
I would. It's my ancestral homes, so my family fled there when the Golden Warriors failed.
Well, they might want to meet you on that alone.
one suggestion: if you do get to meet them, probably not word it like that for your own safety.
Understood. I have so many questions. I've never actually met one. And honestly, I think there's books and books to be written about that time that have never been written.
Yeah, they definitely remember what happened.
So,
But shall we shake on our
Is
deal?
Lucy with you also?
Lucy's passed.
That's sad.
Yeah.
before we shake, now you know what we're willing to offer to you. How do you plan to help us make sure Zelly is where we want them to be?
I'll make sure that Zelly is here when we deal. I'll try and force it to even be here in my home.
Okay.
Maybe stick to where it originally was, just because I wouldn't want to damage any of your beautiful property if a fight breaks out.
Where was it originally? I don't know your plan.
I don't know where it's going to be at either. So.
Probably some sea. It's just like, I don't know where we actually planned it. I didn't handle that. Yeah, let's just keep it a neutral ground.
Perhaps
We don't want
Ibn
to.
Rasood's caravanserai.
Okay.
He has a large tent. It's far from the city.
Yeah, tents are much easier to replace if you tear them up.
Tell that to Ibn Rasood.
That just stays with us.
And I don't wish Ibn Rasood to be harmed. He's a good dealer.
You know, we have no ill will towards the deal.
Yeah, Rasood's good in our books. We just want Zelly.
Okay. And he puts his hand out to Cerridwen.
I shake.
It's a deal then.
Deal.
Puts it out to you, Tal.
Shake.
And you
And as I shake, I kind of
Jackal.
pause and I say to him, I am terribly sorry about your vault. And I does mean it.
Hey, all welcome. We're getting rated. Oh, we're getting rated by Roll for Chaos. Awesome. They make Ether and Steamworks.
Yeah, awesome.
Then we should make this happen soon. There's only so many days left before Ibn Rasood's caravan leaves the city. And while Zelly is interested, we should maintain that piqued interest.
What about tonight?
I mean, we could, if you wanted it to happen tonight. We can make it happen tonight, I think.
Tonight works for me. Okay, silence means yes.
I mean, I'm good with tonight. Either tonight or in the morning, whatever's easier.
If your crew is ready,
Well,
I only require myself and my own guard, so it is up to you and your crew.
I would say maybe so Desus can recharge maybe in the morning. I will say out of character, Desus, you popped what, 2, 3 of your
I only have 2, but I get them on a short rest.
Okay, so if it's short resting, then that's fine. I just want to make sure that we're going to be good on our end to go into some heavy combat if things turn out that way.
No, short rest, and I already have some spells prepared that may be useful.
Awesome.
Thank you for the raid, too, from Afar Podcast, David Silstra, and all the group.
David.
So then I will gather my guards. We'll meet in the caravanserai. And you will then be preparing for the maneuver. I will reach out to Zelly to make sure that she accompanies.
Do you want us to capture you? So Sally doesn't think Dr. double-crossed her? Or should we just let things fly as they do?
I would prefer not being harmed in the capturing. If you think you can do it and make it look right without me being harmed. And of course, they'll want to know why you let me go. So maybe my crew and, my guards are top notch. Perhaps I will just escape with my guards.
Okay, that works. Just fight. And then you flee. Okay.
I'll see you in a few hours then in the eve.
Sounds good.
You may wish to put your disguise back on when you leave.
Yeah. As they're talking, he's already like putting it back on.
And I'll throw on those robes that I got in the desert because that's the only other thing I have that I can hide under.
Right. Okay. I appreciate that you taking your time to come and visit. And
I appreciate
he walks
you
you to
taking
the
the
door.
time to listen.
And the guards, the guard opens the door and has that heavy door. You kind of remember it vaguely. That seeing the doors, all the doors in this place are big, heavy, monstrously heavy doors. Ugh, terrible. For a thief, terrible stuff. The good thing is most of them don't squeak, so that's beautiful. You head out. You get back to the ship, and
What was group 2 doing the whole time?
I think they were waiting for you.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, I'd walk around it because I'd wait for them, but like, okay, they're taking forever. So I just start wondering.
Okay.
I would literally just start
I
wandering
will
around.
wander with him.
To protect them.
Of course.
I'll walk fast because I'll notice I'm like trailing, so I'm like just
I
walking.
wouldn't be trailing. We'd be
I know.
walking together unless you
True.
don't. If you don't want company, that's
no,
fine
I do.
too.
No, I do. No, definitely. Because I just start walking and be like, no, we're good.
Yeah, we're just chilling. I'm not gonna judge you for your wandering tendencies. I did that for a long time myself, so.
Oh, true. But you're long, yeah, okay. That's valid. It's a valid point.
So
I understand you.
Throughout the market, there's people trying to sell everything. And oddly, almost nobody's trying to sell anything to Jada because they don't know what they would buy. But Wendell, of course,
And my moo chest there sticking out, looking fly.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you're wearing that. You're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. The gray hairs rolling out through the V-neck collar.
Deep V-neck.
Yeah, deep V-neck with the gold tassels. You actually see other people dressed similarly, not as fancy as that, but dressed in that kind of apparel. And most of them look like, ruddy skin, kind of aged looking, like they've been living out in the sun. Not in the city so much. So you kind of get the feeling they're people from the caravans. That's how caravan riders often age. Of course, people are always trying to sell you Lotus. It's like a big deal. There's a lot of drug trade here, of various types. Food, of course, flowers and ornamentation, brassware, things for incense burners and things like that. So there's a lot of that. Hookahs you might find here and there. And you're wandering around, and you do get like pressed into by people as you're walking, because it is kind of a throng, throughout the marketplace. Do you have stuff on you that?
No, I already got jacked the first time I walked around.
So you don't have stuff.
No, I already got they got the first time. Whatever money I had, they got the first time
Okay.
we first got here.
It's true.
So no.
I will keep an eye on him, though. I just want to say, if there's anybody coming for him, they're going to get a rope dart. A Jada. They're going to get Jada.
You get Jada to the face, so bam.
Maybe a
I like the
perception
Jada
check,
rope dart.
Jada.
Get Jada roped up.
Bum, 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 bum. That's a 13.
Okay. So you don't notice when Wendell's pockets are checked. There's nothing in them though. But they do get checked at least once or twice. Luckily though, the robes, the pockets are deep and hard to get to. So actually, let me see if you even notice them.
If I do, I'm gonna wink at them. If I know someone's hands, I'll probably be like, "All right."
One of them you do feel like it's very light, but you feel it.
I'm gonna grab their hand and just wink at them.
And it's a little girl.
Oh, what the?
Maybe 10, 12.
Wow. Okay. So, but like, where's your parents? I'll be like, really? You're trying to steal, young lady?
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to steal.
Oh, really?
I thought you had
were
dropped
just checking
something.
my pockets for something. Drop. What did I drop? What did I drop? Them?
That, and she points down, and there's a coin there. I was seeing if you dropped it. I was going to put it back in, sir. And it's
now
it's
you're
a cop.
lying
It's
because
like
I don't have
it's a bronze
money.
coin.
I am broke. I already got my money stolen. So
Oh, then that's
I
not
know
your
you're
coin.
lying.
And she reaches down and picks it up. Oh, that must be mine then.
Oh,
thank goodness.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Do you need any assistance guiding you through the city, perhaps? I'm very affordable.
Yes. Jada,
But
where
you
do you want
said
to
you
go?
have no money. Oh, your friend has money.
A lot of money. Where do you want to go, Jada?
Wendell, I don't have any money.
So we don't have any money, but fine. We don't need a guide anyways who wants to try to steal from us either. So
I wasn't trying to steal. I was trying to help you. But I'm appreciative of your forgiving tone and for the fact that you're a kind person. And she runs, dips through the crowd.
Smart kid.
yeah, give him that. Reminds me of when I used to, during the age when I used to teach a little while ago before all this shenanigans happened.
Yeah,
When they were still just kids, not like being messed up by this crap that we're involved in right now. But
Will you go back to that if we survive this?
don't think we're going to, so I don't know. We'll see. Like, I have no hopes about that.
A hypothetical.
Yeah. I can't hypothetically even think about that. Like, I don't.
Is it too painful?
No, I'm just kind of done with that. I mean, like, it is what it is.
Can Cerridwen, Eizen, and Desus make me a perception check?
All right.
All right.
25.
I have a plus 11, and my total is 12.
Oh, honey.
It's 18.
It's a 1, but it's an 11.
Desus,
Or a 12.
you see Jada across the throng in the market. And next to Jada, you see Wendell.
All right.
We jog over
Try and-
there.
We're like 5 feet away. We've got like 5 feet. Just...
Wendell and Jada behind you. Hi. I
There we
mean,
Across the river of people.
Excuse me. Would you watch? Excuse you. Coming through.
so we made a deal. Let's get out of the street at least. We had to reveal our hand a bit, but I basically said I'd tell him where he could meet the Sphinx if he promised to stay out of it, and he took it.
Yeah, he's kind of a fanboy of everything East.
Well, he's
from his
from there,
homeland. Yeah.
so he wants to know more about his homeland, and he actually wants to meet you, Jada.
Very interested in meeting you.
I said I would ask.
I said you'll stab him.
That is likely, yes. Why?
Well, I suppose you'll be there at the showdown anyway, so. But he's. Oh wait, no, it won't matter. I mean, he's gonna be fleeing the scene. So the this is the plan. We're going to go with the sale at Rasood's tent, and then
Hold on. I look around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me make sure we're not being
Look
overheard.
around.
Yeah.
Make me a perception check.
Use this die.
I would like to as well.
Just all look. Hang on, everyone, look around.
People
Even
don't
higher.
care. It was
not-
like whatever.
26.
Better than
Jeez.
mine, 23.
I'm so glad you guys are here. I rolled a 6, so we're not going to talk about it.
You're kind of too close to the crowd, so it's hard to know. But it's such a big crowd, it feels like you're always being looked at or watched.
Let's go back to I rented a hotel room. We could just go there. Okay, so we'll just scoot over back to my inn.
That's right next to the market, so that's not a big deal. That's easy
Yeah,
to get to.
we'll go up to my room.
Okay. Now you can talk.
Yeah, shutter the windows.
Yep. Stuff like the blankets and stuff all around the cracks.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jada would look at Eizen and be like, is this old man Eizen?
Oh, this is old man
Peter.
You, as soon as we get inside, the moment you close the door to your room, Eisen just stands up. Oh my god.
Eisen, yes. Wendell's chest hair is so much sexier than yours, though.
You just feel a little.
It's all natural.
It's
I
blowing.
keep it
There's
clean.
no breeze.
I keep it clean. I keep it clean.
Oreo.
You're worth it. Anyway, so I after a brief moment of examining Hipley's chest hair, which somehow blows in the wind with no wind, that aside, the plan is that we'll meet in Rasood's tent, and then he'll bring Zelly there, and then we're going to bust into a fight. His guards are then going to fight back, and he will flee, and we will ascertain Zelly in the fight. That's the goal. I don't know when we're gonna launch the fight though.
To fight somebody? Okay.
Probably Zelly's probably gonna come with some backup.
All right. Well. Okay. I mean, at this point.
I do have a spell if it works. I can hold Zelly in place if it seems like they're about to bolt.
I also have that hat that I don't.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, that hat.
I was like, what was the second hat? I swear we had it.
We bought two. We bought two.
Yeah,
hats.
the hat, the bold person.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that would
person.
be even better. And then I can save my other spells if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fairly
Heal
useless. I can just
or-
throw my only spells I have and just put suggestion and be like, hey, stop.
Hey,
Or hey, come with
hang
us.
out. Yeah.
Coming out. Then we won't do no violence because she'll just want to go because she wants to. So
Well, either way, we got backups to our backups.
Yeah, and I can throw up a wall, so that's a new one.
Perhaps
Nice.
I can get there early and hide in the shadows and just stay there
Mm-hmm.
until the time is right to pop out on him.
Okay.
With the shadow hat, I mean, just
The
literally
shadow
become a
hat?
shadow.
Did his
Okay.
daggers get stolen when I got my stuff jacked again? Because he gave me his daggers, didn't you?
I did give him
I
a
said-
dagger, but they don't usually still. They usually go for gold. It's easier.
Okay.
People don't usually come after you for that
Yeah,
stuff.
especially
Do I still
kids.
have them?
Yeah, they were going.
Okay.
They were going for coin. It was a kid.
All right, so we got Eisen's hiding in the shadows. Hipley's gonna be the assistant. I guess I'm still a potential buyer. Jada is my bodyguard, and Desus is... What do you want to do?
But they're going to be supposed to be our entourage. I guess we can change it because it doesn't matter at this point. They're supposed to be our entourage.
Oh, okay. We're your muscle. That's what it is? Okay, we're your muscle. Okay.
Well, because I think Desus, because you got an outfit too, didn't you?
Yeah, I was given an outfit.
Yeah, Desus, Jada, and Hipley had apparel to match the caravan.
Did you? I didn't take that apparel. Did you tell Khalil that like we know Hipley's the seller? Did you tell him that yet?
No.
Then
No.
we probably shouldn't be part of his entourage then.
Oh. Well, fine, just ditching me already. Well, okay.
Love you.
It's fine, bye. Okay.
But that's how he's getting the device from you.
What?
Ibn Rasood is getting the device from you, from Wendell. So, I mean, you could just deliver the device to him and let him try and do the
I was gonna
sale.
say, yeah, you barely have to be there technically. I mean, you should because we need you. But like, do you need?
Oh, I don't care. Oh no, I don't. I was just joking. That's fine. I'll go.
Okay, we
What
love
are
you.
they gonna do? What are they
We're
gonna
not-
do? Stab me? Oh well.
We're not.
Or you can just go and be part of the entourage that's there. I mean, you have the entourage that's already going to be provided, and then you guys could just be there with Dwayne.
Yeah, we're sort of extras in a way, and they're not sure what other potential buyers may already be there. Because I'm guessing this is like a open bidding setup, so Dwayne can just be there. We're already part of entourage stuff.
Okay, I'll be there as a buyer. Go to my
Even if-
fancy clothes.
I would say even if you guys stuck with being part of Hipley's original entourage, I don't think he'll think too much of it because he knows that this is all going to be going against Zelly anyways, and he really won't have that much time to think about it when he gets there and sees everything happening.
Doesn't really matter. We'll be close enough anyway.
He's
so honestly,
very
just-
sharp. Like,
Yeah, he is.
yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if I want to risk that. That's all I'm saying. Is like,
Yeah.
if he's like, oh, they were gonna double cross me from the get go, he might just be like, I'm out.
I'm
you
fine
know.
by my. It's fine. I can go by. I'm not worried about it.
I
It has
mean,
to be close
you'll
enough
be in
anyways.
the general vicinity, so we'll be able to protect you if you need protecting, and you'll be able to help us if we need helping. So regardless, it
Well, if
doesn't
you
matter.
if you guys need help from me, this plan's gone wrong. South, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine out there.
Why do you
Oh,
why do you
Hipley.
constantly devalue yourself? It upsets me.
But I do need. Can I borrow the your library, please, Thesis?
Oh, yes. Here you go.
Thank you. All right. And so, wait, where are we? You were supposed to go again? I don't know where.
Resistant.
Oh yes, for suits. Okay.
So,
That's-
who's going to the tent now?
I mean,
Well, it's not going to
uh,
happen till tonight.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
if
you're
you
going
fast
to go
forward to
later.
tonight. Yeah.
I'm going to go earlier because again, I need to get there and hide in the shadows before anybody else, shows up. So that way I can already be in place because we know things are going to hit the fan, guys. Let's just be real.
Oh, yeah.
Shit's going to hit the
D&D.
fan. So,
They already hit the fan.
yeah. So I want to be there in place, hidden in the shadows, hopefully. So that way when whatever happens, I can pop out and like, got you.
As a rogue does, yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I when I said that, I was envisioning like when Thor was talking about Loki as a kid with jumping out and
Yeah.
stabbing him with a snake.
Ah, I stabbed you.
Wait, wait, wait.
Spoilers?
When are we going to attack? Are we trying
Good
to?
question.
Yeah.
Oh, we should lull her into a sense of false security. So I suppose when the item comes out, when your staff comes out, and they start bidding on it, she would be interested in that. Therefore,
And she'll be focused on that, I would think.
So, third round of bidding.
And y'all just jump. You guys are gonna like, who are we attacking? Are we attacking her? I'm sorry. Who's
Yeah, I
getting mugged?
guess. Because we
We
talked
can
about
get
trying to
her-
draw her to us afterwards, weren't we? Like, if we outbid her and she's like, well, I still want it, I'm going to come after you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
I
we can go
suppose.
different routes. We can different routes with this. Yeah.
I was going to say if you wanted to start with your coercion as opposed to violence first, then we could minimize possible collateral damage. You said that you could possibly just suggest her to.
That's true. Okay, yeah, let's just say. Just suggest. Okay, so we let her. When are we going to coerce her then?
I mean, as soon as she kind of gets me, but where should we? Where do you want me to have her like be? What should I be like? Hey, you should come to our hotel and discuss this deal. I mean, they do deals in like different areas. So I mean, for private bidding, since she's a very
Well, Eizen, was there a private spot on the docks near the ship?
I mean, Scott, do I know of a...
Not private. I mean, you could be on the ship and be private, but then your casting is all messed up.
Well, I think that's
So
the
is
point.
hers.
Yeah, it would put both of us at a distinct disadvantage, but we have martial.
We have melee people.
Yeah, we have martial folks.
okay. So for me, it's back. So I'll coerce her go back to the boat. Like from the boat, we have even more. Maybe I expect there's just something. I'll think of something. We'll see.
We can theoretically just do it all at the tent because because of magical secrets, I have Wall of Fours.
Oh.
So,
Magical secrets.
What are we trying to get from her again?
we just want to get her.
Oh,
What'd be
okay.
great is if we can put the wall between her and her entourage. depending
Yeah,
on
I
whether-
could just. I mean, well, I'm thinking I put up the wall between. We'd have Zelly and us on one side, and then everyone else on the other side. So we can avoid the collateral damage. We can keep Rasood out of the crossfire. We just want to try to divide the map.
Okay, so
Thoughts?
go on. What were you gonna say?
Anyone
So-
have anything they want to add?
So I just want to make clear. Plan is we're going to wait till the bidding on the item when Zelly's focused on that.
Mm-hmm.
Drop a wall of force to separate her from her people.
We're going to, yeah, well, the priority is separating the civilians from the battle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they'll react to... I don't know how Zelly's guards will react to Rasood and the others.
Yeah, I was
So-
just thinking, potential problem, because even if the wall of force is there, they're still going to be actively seeing. I think if we can just somehow separate her out and take her more privately, then we don't have to worry about everybody.
Here's the thing: is other than maybe the suggestion spell, if that works, I doubt we're going to be able to convince her to come with us anywhere, even at the promise of more items. She was already hesitant about this, which is why she went to our now mutual friend to have him buy it for her. So, because she doesn't trust this as it is. So even if the deal goes well, we have no way of guaranteeing, other than if the spell works, of getting her to leave that room, to go with us anywhere. So we got to take that in consideration. If we're waiting and the plan is to go through the sale and then say, hey, come back here, there's a chance that won't happen. So if that's the route we're going to go, what is the backup plan? If the spell doesn't work and Zelly's like, no, I'm not interested.
Fighting.
Well, we could outbid her, as we said, and take the chance that she would want to pursue whoever would receive the item, or we could let her win it.
We could let her win it and then track her down.
Just follow her wherever
Yeah,
she were to go.
If I get a long rest in, I can prepare a locate object. I'm familiar with the staff, so I can... Or if we even just sneak anything onto her, I can...
Is there ways for people to block that, though? Or no?
I think there probably is methods.
I imagine so. I mean,
Always methods.
I mean, it's a risk. I mean, again, we have her right there. If we risk that, let her have it, and she walks off, and we try to track, and then they have some type of magical defense or that prevents us from tracking it, then we lose the staff. And
Well, we could always slip something else on her that I know.
I wasn't suggesting that we let her walk out of the building, the tent, with it.
I'm in favor of either taking her there or, as you suggested, outbidding her and luring her after, like Dwin, thinking, you know, oh, I want this, I'm going to take it. You know, I didn't win it, but I'm going to take it. If either way, those are the two ways I think that this is going to be the best way to get her. If we complicate it too much further, it might become extra messy.
okay. Let's go with me outbidding her, and I'll just do my best to look and sound incompetent but very rich. So then she'll think I'm easy pickings. And then when I wander into the desert alone, we have set the bait, the trap.
Sounds good.
So to understand, I want to make sure that I understand what you're planning. So
Me too.
Cerridwen is going to be a buyer. Another buyer that is unknown. Hipley is going to be working with Ibn Rasood as his seller assistant. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Desus and Jada, what are you doing in this? I want to make sure, are you doing the thing with Ibn Rasood? Are you being part of Cerridwen's crew? Are you... There's a lot of roles you could take.
Yeah.
They could be
I would
my
feel,
muscle.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would feel, again, since he clearly knows who Jada is, and would be able to pick them out in a crowd, I should be associated with people that he knows. So, I mean, unless Cerridwen, you're going to be disguised so much so that you don't look like a super tall Firbolg.
That could work really well if you're with her, especially as a buyer, because then it, like, you know, you representing the history. If Zelly knows anything about like what you are, where you're from, then it would make her look more like a legitimate buyer. Like, look, like she's obviously
I'm a collector. Yeah.
yeah, like she's her companion, her friend is somebody from this stuff. It makes sense that she'd be interested in this because she clearly likes history and things that have, you know things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would fit better,
Right.
and it would make more sense because you're like clearly somebody that can defend somebody who is somebody who.
Okay, but what do you tell Ibn Rasood, who is now expecting Jada to be there as part of the entourage, along and Desus and Hipley?
I'll tell him something. I can come up with some on the spots. That's no problem.
And then when Jada shows up working with another buyer,
It's on the roll with it. I mean, like, it is what it is.
Tell him.
So.
All right, he should be used to this
Tell
kind
him.
of stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, tell him it's none of his freaking business. Tell him not to worry about it.
Or you could say that she's there to push people up higher.
I'll think of something on the spot.
You know,
I'll
because
figure
people
something
do
out.
that sometimes. Sometimes if people want other people to, bid higher, there might be somebody in the crowd that, like, oh yeah, come on, you want this, you want this.
so Jada's going to be working with Khalil Azmi as part of. No,
Jada's working with me.
Oh, with Cerridwen. Okay.
Yes.
And
Jada's my muscle.
Yeah, I'm your muscle.
And Desus, also your muscle, or even Rasood.
Yeah, are you part of the caravan or part of my muscle?
Well, I can be part of the caravan because then when the sale's done, you go. I could always wild shape out to follow.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
And Eizen.
Shadow hat. I'm going to be there early so I can find a nice spot so if things go wrong, I can pop out.
So you're just hiding.
Also, yeah. I mean, makes sense. What else is he going to do? Can't be a buyer because they'll know.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So you work through your plan through the night, and you figure out all the things that feel right,
They're in. Sorry.
right-ish.
I want to. Eizen, can you use your disguise kit on me?
yeah, of course.
And
What are you thinking? And as I said, I'm opening up, and I got like the extra boobs things here. Like,
oh yeah, stuff me. Let's do this.
All right. Look at that. I was like, oh.
She like poses in front of the mirror.
Jada looks
Maybe I
very
should wear
confused.
push-ups all the time.
You're right.
Oh, here. I'll druid craft some, like, desert flowers that I've seen when we went to the desert.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Like a little crown for Dwyn.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. The disguise kit, though, is not really comfortable. It looks right.
21 for the disguise kit.
Okay,
For what I roll for it.
good. You look different enough.
Yep. Oh, this fake nose smells funny.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it does.
Sorry about that.
That's funny.
So I
Does it
guess...
smell things funny, or does it exude a funny smell?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Both.
Right.
Just suppose Hipley and I would go first, because we have the item.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
So the
Let's
two
go
of you
sell.
head out to Ibn Rasud's first.
Well, I would say Eisen's going to go there because I'm trying to get there before
Eisen goes
everybody.
Near
I wanna
the
be in the
same
shadows.
time to start
Yeah.
locating a place to hide up in the caravans. And then finally, Cerridwen and Jada head out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is where we'll break. So now we have kind of an
Oh,
understanding of what's
man.
happening next week.
Next episode's going to be insane. I feel it.
Gonna be
If
bonkers.
we don't
Can't wait.
conjecture out again.
Man.
Yeah.
May I just say, I love planning. I don't know if this is a heist or
It's a
whatever you want to
kidnapping.
call
I think
this.
it's
with my-
technically kidnapping, yeah.
It's kidnapping.
It's a heist of a person.
Oh, you know what we should have got? I don't know if we have time. Lotus. So we can hit them with some Lotus.
Oh, snap.
Payback for what they did to Dwyn.
Yeah, we'll show them. We'll get them drugged, and then they'll wake up like we got you.
I mean, is it possible for me to be able to get some Lotus on the way there?
You can walk out into the marketplace and they will sell you Lotus.
Yeah.
I'll buy some Lotus and knock them out with.
So which kind of Lotus are you going to get?
Platinum.
The stuff that I
No
know
platinum.
that they use to knock people out, like what they used on
So
Dwyn.
that was a yellow Lotus. It
Yeah,
was,
yellow-
it was a
yellow
concentration of a yellow Lotus.
And that's what I'm trying to get. Concentration of yellow Lotus.
Yeah, they don't sell that. You have to make that because that is
The concentration?
that is a guild
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, they have to probably
Let me see.
process
Yeah,
it to
Yep.
be concentrated.
Disguises and forgeries and thieves' tools. That's all I know how to do.
yeah.
So, anybody know how to mash this stuff
I
up?
mean,
How to make
I
drugs?
have-
I can
I
try.
mean,
I have
I have half-
super rudimentary knowledge now of poisons.
Yeah.
I'm proficient.
I read a book about it. I can make them. I know them.
I'm a herbalist.
Oh
You're
yeah,
herbalist.
there's
That works?
there's stasis.
Could that work, Scott?
Stasis exists.
Could Desus chum that up real quick? As a herbalist?
I feel like that would be
You kind of have to
Really?
have
It does sound like a
great
poisoner's
tools.
thing.
Yeah.
Huh? You what?
It
It sounds like a
Poisoner.
poisoner's.
We'll get the natural. We'll get the
I'd
natural.
give you a
We'll get
shot.
the natural lotus.
I'd give you a shot.
All right.
So we're gonna drug them all in a tent.
Not all of them, just Zelly. Even
This
if
be
it
the
doesn't drop her,
last-
might make her
last
harder for her
roll?
to cast spells.
Yeah, your herbology stuff, which would be
Her
What was
herbalism
that?
kit
Herbalism?
proficiency.
so. I guess it would be. I mean, you're really kind of doing the inverse of medicine. I think it would be sort of a medicine roll.
All right. So herbalism plus my proficiency plus 2, guidance because this is this ability or skill? I always
Yeah.
forget.
It's a
Just
skill.
In this
Yes.
hotel room, just making
Guidance.
drugs.
Okay.
In the hotel room. Just
Not our
fixing some
precious
drugs up.
baby. Not our sweetest youngest making drugs.
Making poisons out of
You got
drugs.
this. You got this.
Yeah, it looks
I
like
do
it's
got it
safe.
already because it's a nat 18 with a
Ooh.
+5 and a +1.
Okay.
So-
you think you have something that would work?
24.
That would do it.
Let's test it.
Eizen, come here. No.
Yo, that's some good stuff.
If
It may not be
I'll-
the same concentration as what was used on Dwen, but it should work well enough.
Yeah, all right. And I'll take that so when I'm in the shadows, when I come out, if I need to, I can coat the blade and hopefully slow Zelly down a little bit for us, if need be.
Okay.
Fingers
Works
crossed.
for me.
Ooh, I love this plan. You're like the A-team. I love it
I
when
love when a
comes
plan comes together.
All right.
Peace.
We will see you next week, everybody, for the kidnapping of
Zelly.
the Zelly kidnapping / heist.
Sounds so
Yeah.
terrible
And
to
the
say like that.
deceitful markets manipulation and sales of
Listen, it's fine.
magic
Don't worry
Those
about
items.
it.
those markets are shady enough.
Yeah,
They
they're
are
not gonna
shady.
lose any
Like,
money. It's
the markets are
fine.
shady enough. Like they even.
We are part of the natural environment here now.
You're
guys been
definitely
here
going
for
to
2
fit in after
days?
this.
Already been
It
corrected.
changes people.
Seated ourselves into the.
I told you this place changes people. 2 days. You guys
We resulted to kidnapping.
We're going to that.
Right.
If we get this goes through, we're going to that hill though. I don't care. what
It's
we do
all
the
for a
next
good
day.
cause. All for a good cause.
Hopefully, we make it through this. I'll take you to the hill.
You should take me to no hill.
But why would you go there? It's cursed.
Exactly.
It's
I'm
not
going.
cursed. It's not cursed.
We're already cursed anyway, so you can't curse a curse, Scott.
we
So,
Double negative. Now you're
Curse the curse.
uncursed.
All right. Well, thank you all for the raids. From Afar podcast and Duval. Oh no, the Amphitheater didn't come tonight, did they? They didn't. So it was great having all of you. We will see you next Tuesday. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.